You may have been thinking, oh my goodness, what was he doing? Get your mind out of the gutter. I was just shaking my drink. Didn't you guys ever just casually shake your drink? Or maybe I was doing a shake weight. Remember shake weights? I feel like those kind of fell off. Were those even like good for exercise, or were they just a meme? Well, first of all, Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I am so glad that everyone was able to make it to my birthday dinner. I mean, really, sucking dick and cock at my birthday dinner. So today we are going to be doing a legendary compilation of the fall of the beauty world of YouTube. I have found this hysterical playlist. Look at this thing. So when we think of Bi Sister, I think of Tati, of course, making her debut. I think of James giving his response and then kind of like coming back a few days later and being like, well, wait a second, I have receipts. I'm going to tell my side of the story. And then Jeffrey kind of giving his side, and then it kind of like dies down after that. So we're going to go in order. Obviously, the beginning is the most fun. So this playlist, though, is very interesting because, I mean, look at this. It kind of does a lot of Shane stuff, like Jeffree Star, learning about Jeffree Star, and then it gets into Bi Sister. So we're obviously not going to watch all 55 videos, but they do really provide a lot of extra stuff in here from side characters and, like, you know, people giving their opinions and stuff. Oh my god, taking accountability. I forgot about taking accountability. Never doing this again, obviously an iconic video from this series. Tati is dumb as hell. Trisha paid us re-upload. You know what video I would actually love to rewatch is the video of Trisha freaking out and crying. Of Trisha freaking out and crying because Hair by Jay attacked her. Like verbally, obviously. I would love to rewatch that. That was a really good one. But yeah, this is what we're gonna do today for Christmas. You know, who gives a fuck about Christmas? I mean, really. So we're just gonna do something that kills some time, have some fun with it. This may take us a couple days just because of the sheer amount of content that is involved in the Bi Sister trilogy. No, even more than a trilogy. But there's a lot of content to get through. So I hope that everyone is having a nice Christmas. I see that amongst all of the introductions, we had an extremely generous generation. We had an extremely generous donation come in from KRH, our lovely moderator. KRH, you have been so generous to me and the chat over the past year. 50 gifted memberships. Oh my goodness. KRH, Merry Christmas back to you. Thank you so much for doing that for me and the community. We have 50 new members, a part of the team. Guys, take full use of all of the emojis and having your name highlighted in green. You have been upgraded from gray status. How does it feel? How does it feel? Let all those grays know how it feels. KRH, thank you so much. Extremely generous of you to do that. Guys, number 2 pencil emojis and or pen emojis, please. Good old KRH. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Didn't know we had Santa as a moderator. Holy shit. Okay, so let's get started just because there's so much to get through. The secret role of Jeffree Star. We're not going to do any of this. James, Jeffree, and Tati do messy makeup challenge. No. James Charles attacks Tati. No. Let's do Bi Sister. Let's just start with Bi Sister. I feel like this is the first.
James is here
Okay.
to do my bridal makeup, which is what I am wearing right now. I just wanted to congratulate you on almost 1 million.
You know what? Let's make it a little bit faster, actually.
James is
Because for whatever reason, when I try to do the uploads, the speed to go a little bit faster, it always like screws up now. I don't know. That's like something that YouTube needs to fix.
here to do my bridal makeup, which is what I am wearing right now. I just wanted to congratulate you on almost 1 million on Instagram. I want to say huge.
Tati is fake AF. So there are many sides to this. I'm not a James Charles fan. I'll start off by saying that. I've never really been a James Charles fan. I always thought he was sneaky. There's just like things that you've heard like behind the scenes and not even really behind the scenes about him. I think that he needs to get help. I think that he uses his power and his money to go after things that he shouldn't be going after. So I've never been a James Charles fan. I mean, ever since I saw his debut on Ellen when he first started to get big, I just thought, there's something off about him. So obviously, if you guys know info surrounding this, I'm not a bi sister expert. I am not a beauty guru YouTuber expert. I mean, I know Jeffrey pretty well. I know James kind of well. I don't know her very well though. So obviously, if you guys have information that you want to, talk about and circulate, maybe things that like we didn't even know about this when it happened, like please feel free to chime in.
Congratulations to James Charles. If you have not checked his channel out on YouTube and you want to be inspired, he's a freaking teenager and he's like a genius with makeup. James Charles is the face of their holiday collection and I saw him do a really cool look and it just made me want to try this palette. We are going to be taking a first look at the new Morphe palette. Hello.
I remember the Morphe palette I saw at TJ Maxx.
Oh.
Beautiful. I'm so scared.
Oh my gosh! Thank you. Like it?
It looks so gorgeous. Do you like it?
I love it. Sorry, James, I'm on to another Morphe palette, but you guys can still use code James for 10% off this one. I'm the friend that's encouraging you guys to use code James for 10% off of saving. You can use anybody's code. Use, James's code. I'm wearing my sister's apparel.
In the grand scheme of it all, like, you have to really check in with yourself and really think about, like, is this really, like, a thing? Because if not, you're going to be sitting on the internet crying over vitamins when things are really going on around the world. But I'm not one to tell you how to feel, but, like vitamins.
So if you're going to go on the internet and cry and heavily imply that there's a horrible human being and everybody can get what it is, girl, sit on the internet and talk about it then.
Hey you guys, welcome to today's video. Obviously from the title, you know that this is going to be intense, different, and this is absolutely not a video I ever thought in a million years that I would be making, but I feel after a lot of thought that it's necessary for me.
Do all rich people look like this or just influencers? Well, these are beauty gurus. These are people that are extensively involved in makeup. And there also is another saying, you're not ugly, you're just poor.
To have a chat with you guys. I feel when you put aspects of your life out online that at some point you are going to have to address them if you make a radical shift. So a lot of you guys saw my Instagram story. There have been countless videos made about it. For me, what happened when I posted the video that now has gone very widespread, I was sitting here in the studio, I didn't have makeup on, I was ready to film a makeup try on, and I received a text from James Charles. I was completely blindsided and my emotions just got the best of me. I never jumped straight to social, but I was just like so gutted, and I made that 2-minute little Insta story. It was therapeutic for me. I don't regret it. What I said in that video basically.
No, this is not my first time watching this. How dare you? I remember where I was and what I was doing when this notification dropped. YouTube, like, if you guys weren't really, like, in the mix, like, in the thick of things during, like, late 2010s YouTube makeup beauty stuff, like, these were, like, the titans of YouTube. These were, like, the gods of YouTube. I mean, I can't express to you how big they were. Big. Yes, big. That's actually hysterical that you said that. I remember where I was and what I was doing when this happened. The only other instance in life when I hear people say that is when they are talking about 9/11. I remember where I was and what I was doing. But it's about makeup YouTube people.
was that I feel really lost in this community, and that's so true. And it is more than one thing. And it wasn't specifically just about vitamins or about Halo, but it was just about being lied to and feeling disrespected. And, you know, James Charles, he had 9 days after Coachella to talk to me. He knows where I live. It's not far from him. He could have come face to face and chatted with me because he knew that this would hurt me. We've had plenty of in-person conversations that were at length about other influencers doing the same deal and him not liking sugar bear hair and dragging the other people and being like, Tati, I'm on your side. Like, you've got me. Like, I will support you. Yes, mom. Like, you've got my loyalty. So I always felt
Sugar bear. And when Michael Jackson died, I remember what I was doing too when Michael Jackson died.
really comfortable with that. And I, of course, to not even get a phone call, to not even get a text a few days prior, but right after that sponsored post went up, to have a text like, hey mom, love you, I'm stressed. Just so you know, XYZ, I just did this post, but it's no big. And that's pretty typical of James Charles's behavior from the time that I met him when he was 17, before he really had taken off on YouTube at all. I know that he has a way of just getting what he wants. And I've always blamed it on his age. I've been like, oh, he'll grow up. Like, it's fine. He'll grow up. Like, there's something about him that I just adore and love, and he'll grow out of.
I would have never established myself and made such a strong friendship with someone that was 17 or a teenager or even early 20s. You're not like fully developed. You don't have the life experience. You haven't been around the block enough. You're still childish. You're still more selfish. You're still more emotional. You're still more. So, I mean, I don't want to say that, you know, like she could have seen this coming or she deserved it or anything like that. But I mean, shacking up with someone so young, so superficial, and so inexperienced. I mean, are you surprised that this happened? 10 gifted memberships just came in from Donna. Thank you so much, Donna. Guys, we're up to 60 gifted memberships tonight. Thank you so much for doing that, Donna. Guys, star emojis in the chat for good old Donna. Thank you so much for doing that. Aaliyah. I was too young for Aaliyah. When did Aaliyah pass? 2000 or 1999? I don't know. But you know what's crazy about Aaliyah is Aaliyah was like mixed up in all of the Diddy stuff. I mean, yeah, she passed away and everything, but like all of those old photos of them with like their white parties and J-Lo, like Aaliyah was in the mix of all of that. So I think that at a very young age, Aaliyah, like a lot of women in this industry, was kind of groomed, and she was in the circles of some pretty bad people.
This, and he'll mature, and I want to be someone that can give him solid advice, and there's something in my heart that is pulled to him, and I love him, and I am there for this kid through and through. And I really have been, and there's so much that you guys don't know, and I'm going to share a lot of it with you because I feel at this point that I have to, because Gabriel Zamora decided to drag me out on the dance floor by calling me out by name in a video that he made about opinions and makeup. I want to say that I don't know Gabriel Zamora. We've never had any beef, but we are not friends. Majority of the time that I've spent with Gabriel Zamora was in James Charles's kitchen, which was not too long ago. Before that, I'd maybe give him a hug. Hi, how are you? At like a couple of events maybe throughout the years, but we aren't friends. We don't hang out. I don't have his phone number. We don't chat, DM, talk, none of that. There's no relationship.
The amount of talking with her hands. That's one thing that I don't do. When I talk, I don't move at all. I know that there's like stereotypes for Italians talking with their hands constantly, but I don't know. I think better when I'm still.
So he does not know me at all, and I really have to feel from what I've witnessed in the past of how stuff kind of goes down as far as like really ripping into a situation and giving your, you know, your 2 cents. This is typical behavior if you go and hang out with a group of influencers. Yes, it's about makeup. Yes, sometimes business. Yes, sometimes jokes. But a lot of the time, it's whatever's brewing or happening or someone going through something, and just like everybody kind of giving their little bit of it to the point that the whole story changes. And I just couldn't help but feel that that's what happened because everybody was hanging out behind closed doors. I know that James Charles was very, very upset, and obviously.
Well, girl, you're hanging out with a bunch of superficial people in LA. Of course people are going to talk shit and run their mouth. Everybody's out for themselves. Money, money, money. I mean, the fact that Tati had expectations of a literal child. I mean, girl, come on. Maybe I will have a more you should have seen this coming approach.
venting to his friends, which in turn, for whatever reason, made Gabriel Zamora feel empowered enough to call me out by name. It really minimized my feelings. It's a horrible thing to tell a person like, hey, it's sunshiny outside, don't feel bad about whatever you're going through. And I always like to tell people pain is pain. And yeah, at some point you have to feel it, express it, release it, and then set it down and move ahead, because life will never stop being painful. No matter where in the world you are, no matter what your circumstances, you are always going to experience heartbreak, and that's part of being human. For me, I always like to say that just because the person next to you is in a full body cast doesn't mean that your broken arm doesn't hurt. Pain is pain. Feel it, let it go the way you do, process things the way you do, but that's private and that's your business, and no one has any.
Yeah, she was friends with Jeffree at the time. I mean, you wanted to be associated with Jeffree. I mean, regardless of the controversy and the scandals, I mean, Jeffree probably out of all of them, he like had the most going for him. Because what he had over all of the other beauty people at the time is he was famous before all of the beauty stuff. So he was kind of double famous in a way. So people wanted to be associated with him because he was a known name. And also K-Bear. Oh my goodness. Guys, 80 gifted subscriptions already. We're not even 20 minutes into stream. Thank you so much to our lovely moderator, K-Bear. Both of our moderators have come in hot today with an extremely generous gifted donation bundle of gifted memberships. K-Bear, thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you, hon. Guys, let's get all the bears. All the bears. Polar bears, koala bears, grizzly bears. Normal bears. Grizzly bears? Black bears. Is there a black bear emoji? Oh, speaking of bears. Actually, this really doesn't have anything to do with a bear, but our co-host tonight is Chestnut Coco dressed up as a reindeer. How cute. I got this little Labubu costume for Christmas. It's like a little reindeer outfit. Chestnut Coco got ran over by a reindeer. How funny. I had some people sending me photos earlier today of all the costumes that they got for their Labubus. I'm not normally a fan of dressing up Labubus. I kind of just like them to be in their classic form, you know, normal. But I thought that this was really cute, especially for Christmas.
To tell you how to feel. So that was so not right on so many levels. But even that, like I was in North Carolina with my sisters, I saw that snap, everybody's, tweeting me, and I'm like, I still gotta let this go. Like, I just gotta let this go. But then with the video, I'm like, okay, we're getting a little bit rough and wild right now. And I feel like behind the scenes, my name is being dragged and my reputation and my character. I need to speak on a few things that I feel would have been better handled privately, but we're public. And, just like Gabriel said in his video, like I started this public, bad on me. I am an influencer, creator, whatever we want to call it. I do live a portion of my life online. So what you guys saw in that IG story, that happens to so many of us. Like we let our emotions lead because we're creatives, and you have access to this piece of technology that allows you to express, so widely and so quickly. I'm a really, really big believer in hitting the pause button.
Okay, this is smart. And she's showing her age here by speaking like this. And this is kind of what I talked about earlier, is emotional regulation. Taking 10 seconds before you make a decision. Thinking about what you're going to say before you say it. But in the fast-paced world of being a beauty influencer and how quickly information spreads, sometimes she just feels compelled to act on emotion and say what she wants to say when she wants to say it.
Thinking things through in that moment, I didn't. So here we are, and I'm going to talk about it all. Obviously, so many of you guys understand that this is more than just a sponsored post. It has layers. There's so much going on with James Charles.
I'm a big believer of hitting the pause button as Jordy pauses the video. Me too, girl. It's called the space bar.
Right now that I do not support, that I do not agree with. Fame, power, and a fat bank account will change almost anyone. And if you don't have people that will tell you to your face that you're doing the wrong things, you will change. And I tried to be that person for you, James. I really tried. I don't think there's any getting through to you, and I don't want to be friends with you. I don't want to be associated with you. And I need to say that very publicly so that this chapter can just be closed. So I want to share with you guys really quickly why I'm being so public about this, because I know the first thing a lot of people will say is, hey, why didn't you pick up the phone? Why didn't you message him back? Like, you guys should have handled this privately. And I absolutely agree. The moment that everything kicked off, he started panicking. He was texting me, and then it got increasingly demanding. And I don't deal well with someone telling me that I need to accept an apology on their terms to fix their problems.
I'm sorry you got upset. You need to accept my apology. My apology saying, I'm sorry you were upset. Accept this. Let's move on.
So when you cannot even say, I'm so sorry, I knew this was going to hurt you, I hate seeing you cry, oh my gosh, I can't believe that you're feeling this upset, like, I didn't think that you'd be this upset. When you can't have any emotion for the other person who loves you so much, and all you're caring about is your image, and that people are questioning if it's you, and people are commenting, and that's what you're worried about.
I actually relate to this. I mean, not to like compare myself to these people or like, you know, say that like I'm as like famous or successful or like I have like a big as a following, but she does have a good point here, because when you start to make money online and you start to gain a following and everything, there is a temptation to try to protect your image and protect what you have. And you do kind of lose that human aspect, that human emotion. So when I conduct myself and when I make decisions and when I say things, I do try to take into account, okay, is this, oh lordy, it's Jordy making the decision, or is this Jordy making the decision?
I'm not okay with that, and I need to like take a time out. I knew that I needed to talk to James, and I was planning on hopping in my car and, you know, sitting down with him, but I changed my mind very, very quickly when I found out that he had been giving his side to drama channels. He had been in contact with plenty of them. I immediately knew that this was all about damage control and had little to do with his care for me, because I just don't think.
And the thing about damage control and drama channels and protecting your image and everything is the truth will set you free. If you conduct yourself in a way that you should be conducting yourself, you don't have skeletons in the closet, you have integrity, then you won't have to do damage control in the future. But if you're kind of acting shady and you're cutting corners and you're trying to monopolize and manipulate the narrative, that's where it starts to get messy. So if you're just not a piece of shit person, it it creates a lot of peace of mind for you in the future, because then you won't have to go back and try to rewrite the wrongs of the past. Fern, thank you so much. Mary Chrysler, to you too. My God, I haven't thought of that video in years. Does she still make videos? What was her name? I don't even remember. Brian Cook. Hey, Brian. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you so much for coming in tonight. Guys, 90 gifted memberships. Holy shit. Thank you so much, Brian. I really appreciate that. Oh, my goodness. Cooking utensils and or food emojis for Brian Cook, please. Thank you so much, Brian Cook. I'm hoping that the food emojis don't get us demonetized, though.
That he does. If that's the playing field that we're on and I have to go there, just know my receipts are like stacked thick. To be in full disclosure, I have spoken with 2 drama channels that reached out, and one of them is Here for the Tea, the other is Tea Spill. They're both making videos. I needed to share a little bit of where I was coming from, and even in those messages, like the first thing that I say is like, I'm crushed because this person was family to me. This person is someone that I absolutely loved, cared for, and would have spent all the time in the world protecting, but he's just too far gone at this point, and the behavior that I don't think I can even talk about, like the DMs that I'm getting and the things that I'm hearing, are so gross that I don't think that I can protect that, and I don't think I can help that, and I have to let this go, you know, like I have to let this go. So there's the full disclosure, you know, I don't have a camp of people that I'm like, okay, let's like work on this angle, and like how can we do this and how can we do that? This is not strategy to me. This is me having...
Yeah. And that's exhausting, and you like that's annoying. I would hate to have to do that.
Someone that I mentored, someone that I cared for, really not care for me and exhibit that. There was speculation when...
So, I mean, like, what do you guys think about this? Do you think that, because I mean, I feel like in this moment, she's speaking from the heart, or at least she's trying to speak from the heart. She is kind of bringing the human aspect into this, whereas otherwise everybody else is just seeing dollar signs. Do you guys think that Tati's genuine? Because I did see when I first pulled this video up, some people were saying like, oh, Tati, she's cringe, I hate her, ew. I mean, if she is fake and she is kind of just saying this to do damage toward James. I mean, she did a good job.
And Shane Dawson came over to hang out with me, who I adore. I don't know terribly well. We've been talking for a couple of months. The day that he came over, where we were just playing with makeup, like that had been planned for a very long time. We had been talking. That date had been set before all of this kicked up. And I just, like, I can't help but think that James Charles felt like that was somehow like some sneaky thing that happened, because his ego is so big that he will think that everything is about him. So that visit had nothing to do with me sneaking around and like really manipulating the situation at all, just to get that straight. I think it's important for you guys to know a little bit of the history that I have with James Charles. He contacted me through my DMs, you know, when he was first starting out. He was 17. He was wide-eyed and ready to make it on Instagram and social media. And, you know, he kind of had his YouTube channel going, but not really. And, you know, the first response I gave him was like, keep up the good work or something like that. And then he came back, and he just has a way of saying the most gorgeous things that make you feel so special. So he always told me that I was the reason that he wanted to get into makeup, and I was the reason that he was inspired to start his channel, and that my channel was one of his favorites, and he just loved watching me. And it was...
That's what's dangerous about James, because, I mean, prior to him really being discovered as a big piece of shit, he does kind of have that bubbly, energetic kind of aura. And I think that that does kind of manipulate people, and it does make people think like, oh, everything is happy, everything is pretty, everything is good. I love James, he loves me. But very easily that can turn into, oh, well, you know, he's going to do what he wants, and because he thinks he has power.
Just nice to hear, to be honest. I was like, wow, like this kid, like really, like I'm like the grown-up inspiration, like this, cool, like how can I help you? There's a huge age gap between me and James Charles, and it's so funny because back in the beginning, my husband was like, you know, you're not best friends with him, like he's a kid. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm like, but he's really like looking for some help, some guidance. I made the choice that I was going to help him. Like a lot of people online were crapping all over him back in the day. He had drama with Nikita Dragon. You know, I've never screwed him over. I've never publicly humiliated.
And I think that that's where James sort of got some of his more loyal followers, because, you know, I mean, like not that things are that different, but things are different, you know, versus today, versus the 2010s with like homophobia and stuff. So, I mean, you have all these people like shitting on James, like, oh, you know, slur, look at him, feminine boy, ew. Like, and then the fact that he has that kind of bubbly, energetic personality, I think that people would view that as, oh, look, he's doing this. He's so resilient. He's doing this in the face of all of the negativity and all of the hate and all of that. That makes me like him even more. So he kind of, in a way, was like a martyr for those people. I don't know. He had a lot of fans during this period of time. Lily, thank you for this earlier today. I just want to give virtual hugs to anyone who finds the holidays tough. I know your streams throughout the week mean so much to so many. Have the best New Year to all. Love, Lily. Lily, that was so sweet of you to say. Yeah, anyone who isn't really a big fan of Christmas or maybe is having a shitty year, thinking of you, hon. The day's almost over, so there's that. Lily additionally sent in 5 gifted memberships on Twitch just now. Thank you so much, Lily. Guys, let's get flowers in the chat for good old Lily. We're really appreciative of our mods.
Him. I've never done any of that. And a lot of people who are buddy-buddy with him right now have not always had his best interest. They didn't want him to succeed. They saw this new kid coming up and they're like, no, this is not going to happen. And I was constantly like, you're talented. You've got this. Keep going. What do you need? How can I help you? I had a lot of influence at the time. You know, my channel was much bigger. Come on my channel. Do my makeup.
Yeah, and this is probably why she wanted to help him. I mean, a lot of people were being really mean to him, and she probably wanted to swoop in and she wanted to protect. There are certain people that have that in them, to kind of have that nurturing, protecting nature to them, and maybe she's just one of those kind of people. So for a very brief period of time, she may have let her guard down a little bit, and in the cutthroat world of Los Angeles YouTube beauty money, that's not a good thing to do.
You know, we started talking pre-CoverGirl, so we're talking before everything exploded. And I had his back then. I invited him to my wedding. He didn't have money for the flight or hotel, so I paid for that happily. And he felt a little bit bad about it. And I was like, hey, like, let's just have fun and you can do my makeup for my wedding and help me out. It's sad to think that I will never be able to watch my wedding video without seeing his face and thinking of him and thinking about all the things I hoped our relationship would be. Like, I always envisioned that he would grow.
Oh my God, those eyebrows.
And thinking about all the
These eyebrows are so 2010s.
things I hoped our relationship would be. Like, I always envisioned that he would grow up. At some point, we'd kind of meet up as friends because he would be an adult. And it is such
Tati's very pretty. Oh yeah. I mean, she's gorgeous.
a unique industry that we're in that it feels really nice when you have someone to connect with through business.
You know what I like about her most? And I might be a little bit biased. I think that she has green eyes. You know who also has green eyes? You can't see it because of my shitty webcam, but you know who also has green eyes? Me. And Chantal.
That really understands the complexity of everything involved in having a YouTube channel, being a creator. I think I sent him a text one time. I was like, I can't wait until all of this is over and we're on a yacht of our own, not on a brand trip, you know, and like, I think that I'll know you for the rest of my life. I wrapped as much love as I could around this kid, more from like a parental stance than like a best friend stance. You know, my husband, who he ran an agency.
Yeah. I think that she wanted to swoop in and she wanted to play mom.
He was the VP of motion pictures. He knows the industry through and through. I don't talk about that end of my husband's career too often. He's so gifted with his view of how deals, contracts, business development. He's a master at it, and I love his brilliant mind. He was mentored by Roland Perkins, who was one of the original founders of CAA. He has built businesses and sold them. He is so insanely intelligent. Anytime that James would need help, he'd be like, Dad, what should I do? And he'd come over and he'd be like, I don't like my manager. Will you manage me? And James is like, no, I'm not doing that. I don't do that anymore. But your family.
Dad? Oh, so this isn't even a meme at this point. He was actually calling them mom and dad.
How can I help you? My husband would spend hours on the phone, looking over contracts, getting him in a better position. So we helped him get into Style Hall back when basically no one wanted to work with him because of his Ebola scandal. And everyone was really afraid that he was very toxic. But once again, you know, we had his back. They got a boutique management around him. They finally taught him how to monetize his videos. He was making $90 a video. And because of me and my husband, he was making $2,500 immediately from a switch being flipped because his former management did not go in and do that for him. So that's just like a small sample of some of the things that we've done for James Charles. Another thing I have an issue with is James Charles never even apologized to my James. If this was just about Halo, then, you know, like, you know that this is our business. Apologize to him too, but that's not what this is about. Oh, this is just like really hard to do. Oh my God. Okay.
The Ebola scandal. There were a lot, I mean, it wasn't just the Ebola scandal, but there were many things that James said prior to becoming a really big name in social media. Like, he just said, like, stupid shit on some, like, just like, stupid shit. Like, shit that he shouldn't have been saying. He tweeted out, like, offensive stuff here and there. But the Ebola wasn't the only thing that kind of made people kind of shy away from him and not really want to work with him or associate with him. He was going to Africa, and he tweeted that he hoped that he didn't get Ebola. Yeah, the Ebola, that was like a pretty big, I don't even remember what year that was. But I don't know. I just remember going in for a checkup, like, shortly after all of that had happened. And the nurse asked me, have you been to West Africa recently? And I was like, what?
I absolutely loved James Charles. My husband loved James Charles. He had an open door here in my home anytime he had a problem, anytime he needed life advice, business advice. You know, we were here for him. I've promoted him. I've supported him. I've put him in so many videos. Every time that I hold up a Morphe item, I always say use code James because I want.
He was undeserving of fame, yet she helped him get his platform. An adult that could truly comprehend what doing all of this for them meant in terms of a service and friendship, and the husband making calls and helping him, like that's a really, really, really good friend. So, I mean, him not realizing that at the time, I don't know. It's kind of like, should she have not really put her neck on the line for him just because, it's a freaking kid? Or should we look at him and think like, well, you're a piece of shit? Maybe a little bit of both.
Wanted him to make it and make enough money to feel like he had the resources to do what he really wanted to do with the creative videos that he always envisioned making. And that's why at the Halo launch, I got so emotional.
If it is creating content that we are all emulating right now, James Charles, you are changing everything. I love you so much.
I was, from the pit of my guts, so proud. So proud. In Gabriel's video, something that I thought was really offensive was the insinuation that my relationship.
James is a big user and incredibly unappreciative. He stepped on people in order to get to the top. Yeah, that whole social climbing thing. But with every bridge that you burn and every person that you step on to get ahead, there's someone chasing after you. And sometimes they catch you.
With James Charles was transactional, and that I would be crazy to think that I had an exclusive with him when it came to my vitamins. And for someone that I helped when no one would, asking for absolutely nothing in return, never asking for a payback, never asking for a dime, any of the deals that were structured, if anyone ever offered a kickback, we'd say no, put it in James's pocket, help James, help him. Anytime I had an opportunity to help him make money, I would. If I could give him advice, I did. If he needed a safe landing, I was here. Even to the point of putting myself at risk, business-wise, I had him here not too long ago. Like, this was when a lot of scandal was happening in the community, and he came over to my house. It was really, really late at night, and he was super upset, and he's like, I can't sleep. I feel so upset. I don't know what to do. I'm so stressed out. Oh my God, what do I do? And it had to do with his Morphe deal, because the percentage they were offering him.
That's an interesting way to look at it. She saw a new Supreme rising and wanted to be the mentor and benefit in the future like an investment. That's an interesting way to look at it.
Was not great, to be honest. And at the time, I personally felt that he deserved more. And this is like purely coming from a business perspective, because at the time they had dropped Laura and Manny and things were falling apart, and there was a separate issue with the vault and that whole thing. To the public, it didn't really look great. So James was kind of stressed out about that. He hadn't signed his contract, so I didn't feel like I was interfering with anything, giving him advice. He was worried about things, and I wanted to, of course, wrap him up and just make him feel good. And I negotiated another deal on the side for him that would have given him $1 million the following week with a guarantee and with a higher percentage. Now, in business, what this does is it gives you leverage so that you can go over to your other deal that you haven't signed yet and feel like you have a backup plan. So maybe you want deal A really, really badly, but you're nervous to ask for more or nervous to ask for things to be on your terms. You're terrified that if you do, you'll lose deal A, the one that you really, really want. But the psychology of having deal B waiting for you just in case allows you to have a stronger presence when going in and negotiating. So he had that thanks to me and thanks to the hours that my husband spent making.
He was getting a lot of sponsorships and deals, and Tati wanted in on that. Yeah. So, I definitely am not viewing this video in mind of the whole, oh, boo-hoo Tati, she was taken advantage of, maybe some of her intentions were genuine, and maybe, she was being just a good person and helping someone, but I do think that there was at least a little bit of business incentive in mind of, if I invest in this person, I'll get some good graces back later. But I don't know. Maybe she tried to manipulate James Charles, and James Charles out-manipulated her. Sad Cortex, thank you so much for 10 gifted memberships. This evening, we have clocked in at 100 gifted memberships. That means that 100 of you are now members of my channel for the next 30 days. Thank you so much for doing that, Sad Cortex. Are you still sad on Christmas? My goal for 2026 is to get you to change that username to Happy Cortex. But for now, I suppose we're still upset. Guys, let's get some brain emojis for Sad Cortex. Thank you so much, Sad Cortex. I'll have a blue Christmas without you.
Sure that he had that padding and that, safety net. And he went and talked to Linda and he got a higher percentage. So literally millions in his bank account. My relationship with James Charles is not transactional. I have not asked him for a penny. I've never been on his Instagram.
But your relationships don't always have to be transactional in the sense of, I did this for you, you need to do this for me. Sometimes it's like, oh, well, I did this for you, now you owe me. And it's kind of like holding things over each other's heads and calling in favors and, waiting until you need something. So, I mean, I'm just not buying the whole, like, I was completely good to him, no strings attached.
We had a mini falling out after the Jaclyn Hill launch party. Everybody was over at my house. We were all talking. Things were said that I cannot unhear at my dining room table. I cannot unhear it. When I confronted him on it, he cried, he apologized. I have so much empathy for people and I really want to see people grow and step into themselves. And I'm more the person to ask, like, well, what made you feel that you needed to do XYZ? Like, what happened to you? Or like, why do you feel like you need to do that? I'm not perfect, but I have a desire to do better all of the time. And I have a desire to grow and step into myself more and more and more. And this life means so much to me. And I know that it's not just this. So my actions and my integrity mean so much. I need to know my truths, and we all know where we're messing up. We all know where we're bending things to be in our favor. And that being said, I can't be the person to point and write people off very quickly. Like, it takes a lot for me to really want to not be associated with someone. And so I've always had...
Oh, I'm the opposite. I'm the opposite. People, I mean, yeah, sometimes you'll get second chances with me, but I'm usually a pretty good judge of character. And once you do or say something, and it's kind of seared into my memory forevermore, I don't know. I'm not like that.
I had a really forgiving heart because I know to get here, I've required a lot of forgiveness myself. So we sorted our stuff out. I had mentioned to him that, it did kind of suck that he had never had me on his channel. And it's just really funny that we didn't end up collabing until it was in his favor. So he was popping off online about exposing the beauty community and doing a docuseries. And I was like, no. How entitled do you have to be to think that you have it rough? You are a 19-year-old millionaire. You do not get to wake up and, stress out about how unfair your job is. Like, that's just so ridiculous to me. So after hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of talk, he arrived at the decision to not do it. I was like, it's going to be like the downfall of your career. Don't do it. Like, don't expose the community because you're part of the community. Like, do you think you're better than everyone? Because you're not. I think something that I'm really, really big on is respect. And it was really hard to see the way he was treating Marlena from Makeup Geek. Like, I did not like that. I also don't think that it's cool to publicly shame a woman who paved the way. Get off your high horse and have some respect. You don't have any for the people who are in this industry longer than you, and that's the sad fact. I think one of the biggest reasons that I'm doing this video is because all of us are somehow forgetting that his audience is made up of 12 to 14-year-olds, like, dominantly, and...
That's how it's always been. It's always been kids, primarily at least. But, that's kind of how he was able to make his resurgence in the past few years, because, I mean, for a while there, after everything that happened with, like, the DMs coming out about the 16-year-old or the 17-year-old and stuff like that, he was kind of able to make a new image for himself through TikTok, and that's kind of why he's still popular today, despite everything that has happened. Because he kind of reinvented himself on TikTok throughout the 2020s. Because when this happened, a lot of people wrote James Charles off. I mean, he lost a ton of subscribers. A lot of people didn't want to be associated with him. He lost a lot of money. He lost a lot of friends. He lost a lot of his power. But he kind of rose from the ashes in a way, and he reintroduced himself to people that didn't know anything about this. And, with social media, people have a short attention span and they don't really remember things that happened a few years ago. So if he's making himself known to a bunch of kids that didn't really have any involvement with this or didn't care about this, then he's able to make some money. And that's kind of why I feel that he still has a name for himself today, because if it were still the same people that knew all of this and were still mixed up in this, like, no one would want to be associated with him. But, like, kids today on TikTok, they're like, oh, James. Shroopy, thank you so much. Your cameo was amazing. My mom loved it. Oh, I'm so happy, Shroopy. Thank you so much for booking that. Merry Christmas to you guys again. LSP, Merry Christmas to you too, and the shorties. Good old LSP. Zinka Cat, nice to see you. Merry Christmas. I'm knitting a washcloth listening. You can knit a washcloth? Today I learned. Thank you, Zinka Cat. Hamantha, thank you for 9 months. Is it long enough for you to follow back on Twitter? Sister loved her cameo. Thank you and Merry Christmas. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you normally if you guys like have the same username as you do on YouTube and I see you on there, yeah, I'll follow you back. Absolutely. Tweet me, do something. Call me, beat me, tweet me if you want to reach me. Thank you, Hamantha, for 9 months. Fun PRN, thank you for 17 months on Twitch. Appreciate you being around for so long. Fun. More fun to be had. LL Cool J, thank you. Were you naughty or nice this year? Depends who you ask. Thank you, LL.
He is role modeling to them his behavior. His behavior online is what they are seeing and what they're emulating as how they should behave to be successful and adored by the masses. Everything is over-sexualized, and that's the huge underlayer to this all that I finally have had enough. The last phone conversation that James Charles and I had, he said some things telling me about a situation that happened in Seattle at my birthday, and it literally made me want to vomit. Oh my God, you tried to trick a straight man into thinking he's gay yet again, and somehow you're the victim. You know, it's really disgusting to manipulate someone's sexuality, especially when they are still, emerging into adulthood and don't quite have everything figured out. You are using your fame, your power, your money to play with people's emotions. You're threatening to ruin them. You're threatening to embarrass them. And you're doing that to have them behave sexually in your favor, even if they're straight. And you know what? That's not okay. That behavior is not okay. Whether you're a woman, a man, gay, straight, bi, whatever sexual orientation you are, that is your personal call, and it is not someone else's to take. It's not someone else's to play with. It's not someone else's to mess with. And how dare you laugh about it and make meme after meme and retweet and this and that and I love straight boys and make it a joke. Because this behavior is not normal, it's not okay. Cracking someone's sexuality is not an escape room. This is shit that will follow them for—
Yeah, I think it's like some gay guys, like they see it as like a conquest. They see it as a goal. They see it as like the unobtainable. I'm going to be the one that shapes their mind. I'm going to be the one that brings them to the other side. And it makes them feel powerful. It makes them feel special. I've never been able to relate to that. I don't know. I've never related to that. Like, if someone doesn't want me, I'm not going to pursue them. Like, I know that there are memes out there and it's like, oh, I go after people that don't want me. When someone doesn't like me, doesn't want to talk to me, doesn't associate with me, doesn't care about me, and they're making it very obvious, I don't like that. That's like a turn off for me. Like, okay, you don't want me? All right, that's fine. Bye. Move on. But for him, yeah, it very much so became a game because he realized, I'm James Charles. I'm so pretty. I'm very feminine. I can change a straight boy's mind, or maybe one that is on the spectrum a little bit, like in terms of the Kinsey scale, like, maybe I can bring out that 5% that he may have in him. Like, I don't get the appeal, because I mean, straight guys, straight boys, they're straight. You know what I mean? I mean, I guess just like, if there are gay guys out there that do romanticize the concept of falling in love with a straight guy, it's just like the masculinity that might come with it. But I don't know. There just comes a time where you need to realize that it's not going to happen, hun. It's called straight guy for a reason.
for the rest of their life.
This happens with lesbians too. Oh, I mean, there's a lot of like gross guys out there that will say things like, "Oh, you just haven't met the right man yet." Oh, well, you won't be like that after I get you. Like, it's odd. There's probably other words to describe that, but I'm going to go with odd. Sophia, hello. What an amazing year. Still obsessed with the strawberry pound cake lotion you recommended from your first vlog. Oh my God, that smell is so intoxicating. I don't have any more strawberry pound cake, but if you are looking for something strawberry scented, that's absolutely the way to go. Daffarina, thank you. Out having a Christmas drink with my BFF, so I'll be replay gang, but wanted to pop in and say, who gives a feek about Christmas? Love you, Jord. Thank you, Daffarina. I keep putting that on my Instagram story just because it's so iconic this time of year. Penny Winkle, thank you for 6 months. Wishing you the best for 2026. Thank you, Penny. Appreciate you. Merry Christmas.
Lives, and you need someone to tell you to stop it. And that's exactly what I did in your kitchen in front of Gabriel Zamora. So I'm really shocked, Gabriel, that you really don't care about this at all and what is happening. You are totally complicit with the situation, obviously, with the video that you made. All right, I'm pissed. I literally, eye to eye, had enough respect for you and love for you and care for you to tell you to go and get some help. I told you that this was not good and that you could have your career completely destroyed. His parents came to visit. They had dinner over at my house and they were lovely. And you guys loved meeting his parents. I was shocked that James even then was saying to his dad that every man is a little bit gay and that there's no such thing as a straight man. And, his dad's like, you're wrong, James, you're wrong. If someone who is very masculine and has been with women decides that they're bisexual, that they want to explore.
Yeah, no, that's like not a good way to think. Every man has a little bit of gay in him, and it's up to James Charles to try to pull that side out of them and exploit it. No. There are many, 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 many men that do not want anything to do with another man, regardless of how feminine they present themselves, or that's not a good way to think.
That's fine, like, so be it. But again, it's just like, it's not yours to take. So talking about that at the dinner table with his parents was kind of weird. Him talking explicitly about sex and things that he would like to do. And I was just like,
ew, with his parents?
I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like, I am used to this around, everyone else, but not his parents. Like, I thought around his parents that he would not behave this way. Like, it was just like, no big deal. Like, sucking dick and cock. Like, I'm just like, oh my God, time and place. And you did it at my birthday dinner. And I made excuses for you then. You were talking in detail about things you wanted to do to the waiter. And when I said, James, he's straight, your response was, doesn't matter, I'm a celebrity. So freaking gross. And you said that in front of my family. In front of my childhood friends. I had to call every one of them up the next morning and apologize on your behalf because it was so uncomfortable. And I've continued to do that, but it's just all kind of stacking up right now like this. When James Charles's parents left my home, Christy, you grabbed my hand and you said, thank you for looking out for my boys, like, keep looking out for them. And I have, and like, I'm handing that back to you. Like, you need to not be on Instagram liking comments and sharing with people that you're disappointed that I'm upset. You need to be not on Instagram. You need to be here in LA because your boys need you. I do also want to tell you guys, add insult to injury. The sugar bear hair thing, that was a blatant lie. Like, come on. You went to Coachella, somehow had a security issue, and magically Sugar Bear Hair is there with a contract in hand to save the day for you and all of your friends. No company would ever go out of their way to have an extra, handful of passes that cost thousands of dollars a piece, like, just in case. There's value there and there's a value exchange. Like, Gabriel's correct about that. Brands know what they're doing. And that leads me to believe that this was orchestrated beforehand, but he had an emotional conflict because of me and promises he made to me behind the scenes. So he had to come up with a very clever story and didn't.
He is boy crazy, just like Amber Lynn. The difference between someone like James and Amber Lynn is that Amber Lynn is very interested in finding one person and isolating them and kind of having them as a companion, having them as someone that can be her servant. With James, I think that he kind of has like a more widespread mentality of conquering a straight boy, and then after he has done that, he goes on to a new task, and probably the more difficult the better. it's he's not so much interested in like being monogamous with one person, or at least it doesn't come across that way. I think that he wants to be desired by all straight boys, and having straight boys desire him makes him feel powerful in a way. So I think that there's differences between him and Amber. It's both predatory. Yeah, it's both of their behaviors are predatory, but it's different. It's like different predatory behavior. Bag of matcha, thank you. Just thought I'd share. I got the entire Twinkle Twinkle plush Sweet Dreams forecast for Christmas. They're so cute and awesome. Merry Christmas. Bag of matcha, did you get the secret by chance? I don't. I really want the Rain on Me from that series really badly. That's like the only one that I like from that series. But that's so cute. Thank you so much for sharing, Bag of Matcha. Donna, hey there. Merry Christmas, all. I just remember when all this went down, I would watch live YouTube streams of James Charles' Social Blade tanking. I know, like the James Charles subscriber downfall. Yes. Thank you, Donna.
Tell me right when he got back, but after the little bit was posted on their launch day. That part felt super, super shady to me, and it was so quickly like glazed over, and then it hopped back into, I've had the most stressful week of my life with boys. I have so much anxiety, and it's like, dude, like, oh my God, you saw me during my launch. You know what happened. You know about the coordinated event that happened. You were with me. You know what I went through to bring everything to life, the risk involved in going into a category that no one wants to get into because it's so hard and challenging. And it's not a palette. It's not something that people buy multiples of. People are not going to buy a hair vitamin from over here and one from over here because that would be too much for your system to handle. So when you pair up with my number one competitor, it's embarrassing to me. Is it going to crush my business? No. But it's embarrassing. And you know that because of things I've had to deal with in the past. And if you don't have my back, at least have your subscribers back, dude. Like, are you kidding me? A, you say you don't like this brand at all, and it would be embarrassing. So like stick with that. Like stick to what you speak, practice what you preach. You say that you're the realist, you can't be bought. Well, you just were. I don't think you were in a dangerous situation. I really, really don't. You know fair well how crowds are. So if you did think there was going to be a dangerous situation, I think you would have brought your own security. You have the millions and millions and millions in your account to do that because you are the first person to overshare your finances with everybody. You know, I tell you guys, like, I can't be bought in any situation. I would have left. A lot of people are like, what was he supposed to do? It's dangerous. It's like, leave. Go home. It's a couple days of your life. It'll happen again next year. Bring security next time. Have some loyalty to that fan base who has put all that money into your bank account instead of lying to them. Because you say you don't like the brand. You, I'm sure, hadn't tried the product for more than a week because they offered you that deal on the spot at Coachella, and 9 days later you had the story. So you hadn't even tried it for a full month. Do better research. Melatonin over time, not great for you. Look into the formula before you promote it, which I also thought was really strange because the reason that James always said that he couldn't promote Halo on his channel and really do like, you know, heavy endorsement was because he has a teenage audience and it would just be inappropriate. You sold out me, but you threw away our friendship, but you lied to me, made up a story. You knew this would be embarrassing for me. No, our relationship is not transactional. I have never asked you for anything in return. You should have walked away. You should have held on to your integrity. You're a phony. I know that now. I know that you're easily bought, that a good time is more important to you than your integrity. And if everybody...
But I mean, also, like, expecting James Charles to have integrity. I'm not saying that everyone in their early 20s doesn't have integrity, but, like, I mean, consider the person here. I mean, come on. California accent? I don't know. Maybe I just don't realize it. Siren, thank you. Merry Christmas. Hope you had a wonderful day. I did. Thank you so much for saying that, Siren. I hope you did too. That was extremely generous of you to send in. Thank you so much, Siren. Good old sleeping with sirens. Shannon, hi there. Can we hear an Amber Lynn song from the Hello It's Ready AI album? Merry Christmas. Maybe next time we do an Amber Lynn stream, but I don't really know if that fits today's theme, but yeah, I'm sure that there is new music out. I mean, I haven't checked out that channel in a while, but thank you, Shannon. Talk to the Turtle. Thank you for 9 months. Hope you had a great day, Shorty and the Jordies. Jordy and the Shorties. I said that backwards. Thank you so much, Talk to the Turtle. I appreciate 9 months of membership. Appreciate you.
He's like, oh, come on, a 10-second ad, it means nothing. If it meant nothing, they would have just said, have the security and safety. Don't worry about us. But no, there was a negotiation and I do this and you do that because there's value there. So when you think about the millions that he has on Instagram, that swipe up, that call to action, him saying that he's had anxiety and this has helped him sleep, which no, he didn't say it was an anxiety pill, but I think alluding to that to children with a vitamin that looks like a gummy bear that tastes like candy, like my mind is freaking blown, you guys, because I don't think marketing sleep pills to children is like a good idea at all. I would never do that ever in a million years. Bad role modeling. I really believe that as we evolve, whether it's cosmetics, technology, nutraceuticals, you know, everybody's always going to try and improve what once was. So for me with Halo, what I am really trying to do is improve something that already existed. Yes. I wanted to dial in a formula that would work. I've never sent out PR. I've never bought an ad. I don't do that, A, because I don't want to. My product is good enough on its own and we're selling like hotcakes. Like I don't need to at this point. As we grow, maybe I will, but that's not where my spend is. Like I'm not going to put $100,000 into an Instagram post for someone to jam a pill in their mouth and smile that probably isn't taking it. I'd rather put that $100,000 into research and creating a really dope product that people really love, and that's why they come back for more. So that's my standard when it comes to building my business and my brand.
A little virtue signally here. Okay, girl, come on, get back to it. I just haven't gotten to it yet, Queeky. Bobe, thank you. Thank you for the cameo. I'll set up your P.O. box so you can send me that roast. Yeah, Bobe asked me for a roast, and I was like, how would I even get that to you? I can't ship food. Are you kidding me? Stupid. Amongst the Masses, Merry Christmas to you too. Bye, sister shaped heart hands. Thank you, Amongst the Masses. Bye, sister.
And that's my thought process when I'm creating products. I want them to work. I don't want to trick you guys. And I just think that swipe up with a
the strand of hair is annoying. Wait, I was actually kind of thinking the same thing. It's so stupid, but yeah, I know what you mean. This is kind of annoying.
Tracking code and hashtag ad that had to stay up for 24 hours, by the way. I think that was planned out, and I'm not good with that. Like, you threw me under the bus. You knew how much it would hurt. I told you, like I texted you, hey, I'll give you a sponsorship if you want one. Like, don't do this, it will hurt me. And you kept it up for 24 hours. Of course I didn't want to call you back. But then you go and post an apology and you can't even mention my brand name. Like, I'm not an idiot. I know what contracts look like. I know what the exclusivities look like. And it just smelled rotten to me. And it just was the timing of it all off the heels.
Oh my God. Emily after Amber Lynn using the bathroom.
It just smelled rotten to me. And it just was the timing of it all off the heels of me finding out about ways that you've been behaving that I don't agree with, for you to lie to me and make me the villain and go around and circulate a story to work on your side, saying that I'm loving the drama because it's improving sales. That's not the case. You're my family. I love you still. This is not about money. At all. Like, at all. I feel like I've said my piece. I don't know what's going to happen next, to be honest. You know, I'm scared. But if I didn't make this video and I didn't say things publicly, I think that I would be feeling worse. You don't get to the success that James Charles has without knowing how to work someone, and I don't want to be worked. I don't want to be manipulated, and I tried everything that I could, but I don't matter to him right now. I'm only a piece in his game, and everything's a game, and I'm tapping out.
Oh my God, the camera cuts of her like ruffling her hair in distress. This is iconic.
It's just all feeling like really intense, and like I wish you guys could like be inside of my head and understand like really, truly like what YouTube means to me and why I need this, like why I need me and you, and why I need to do things the way that I do. I have forced myself to go with my intuition and to like really, really try to do the right thing and to be a good person. And I know I'm a role model, and that matters to me, and that has gravity to me. And I like that.
Is Tati still relevant current day? Define relevant. Relevant in terms of like being as famous as she was right here, or James being as famous as he was in the late 2010s? No. None of them are.
And I want to make a difference. And let me also share that when I do reach the level of success that I hope to with Halo, I'm going to make a lot of positive changes. I have huge plans for what I want to do to give back. And I have a very huge why. Like, I know why I'm here. I know my mission. It is not all about me. And that's why, you know, when people get close to me, I am very willing to help. This is all just kind of blown up, and I never thought it would be like this way so fast. It just, like, things just happened really, really fast in sequence. I felt the pressure to make this video. I could have just never talked to James again, which was an option I had in my mind because I just didn't want to give him anything to work with. Like you guys have to understand, like, I'm freaking afraid of him. Like, he's 19 and I'm afraid of him. Like, that's messed up. I'm really sad to see things end this way, and I
He's 19 and I'm afraid of him.
hope that things change. I really, really do.
Amberlynn to Abby. When Abby threatens to release the DMs, she's 19 and I'm afraid of her.
I didn't feel safe talking about any of this privately because I know that it would get twisted and used against me somehow, so I had to do it this way. I've seen too much happen behind closed doors where things get twisted, manipulated, and I'm not going to let that happen to me. And if I fall apart because people don't like what I have to say or that I said it loud here on my channel, I guess that's on me, and this is my choice. Because I've always been a person that wanted to not let fear control me. That's been an issue of mine in the past. And I want for anybody out there that is letting fear and power and someone else telling you how to feel because there will be a consequence, don't let that fear eat you up. You are free to be who you want to be. You're free to speak up if something's not feeling okay. And if you ever need to defend your character, go for it. And I hope at minimum I'm an example of that. I want to let you guys know I don't hate James Charles. Like, I think I'll always love him. I think I will always care about him.
Oh, come on, don't do this. Don't do this. Girl, come on. No.
I think
This is annoying.
I have that pull more so for the person I first met a couple of years ago than the person he's become, because I'm just not on board with how
I'm always going to have love for him. And although I just exposed him and made him out to be a predatory piece of shit, I think that I'll always have love for him. Well, girl, I mean, that says more about you. Why would you still love and have care for someone that is like this? That did this to you, that treated you just like your disposable garbage. Ew. That like really put a sour taste in my mouth here at the end. I wish she would have omitted that. Jordy fan, thank you. I'm excited to relive Makeup Armageddon again. I feel like a girl of 2017. Makeup Heart Hands, who gives an F about Christmas? Have a decent super chat. Jordy fan, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. This was so fun when this happened. This was like right around when Kylie's Skin launched. And I just remember this 2019, this happening and Kylie's Skin coming out. I remember just like ordering Kylie's Skin and watching this at Marley's house. There was this guy working at a Starbucks, and we paid for our drinks with Kylie's Skin was so sought after during that period of time that we paid for our drinks at Starbucks with a pump of Kylie's Skin hand lotion. We brought Kylie's Skin into Starbucks and paid with a pump on it because he like took some in his hands. Like that was 2019. Like
this is all evolving and how emotionless he's become. I don't want my career that I've built for 8 years to go down the toilet because of this. And I'm sitting here going, God, I hope not, you know? He knows a lot of my business detail. He knows a lot of what's around the corner from me and my brand. I've been very open with him. And, you know, he could completely try to retaliate and do weird.
One pump. We did one pump. Like, you know how normally you hand somebody like your credit card through a drive-thru? He held out his hand and we pumped a thing of Kylie's skin lotion into his hand, and that was our payment.
Things, and I guess I have to kind of be prepared for that, but it is what it is. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep filming because I love what I do, and that's what matters the most to me. I want to create great content that makes you guys escape this nasty world. I want to share with you my life and the good parts of me and show you that no matter who you are, you can make it. You know, I had freaking nothing, like nothing when I started out. I didn't know.
Oh, don't do this either. Girl, look at you. You're gorgeous. You're pretty. I mean, there's a lot going on here. I had nothing. I built myself up from nothing. I'm self-made, bitch. I mean, girl, come on. I mean, the way you look goes very far.
How to edit. I didn't have a computer. I didn't have a camera. I had no job. I just like...
And I'm not saying that people like this can't work hard and they can't earn what they have and everything, but I mean, the whole I had nothing thing, come on.
Struggle, and crippling depression, and anxiety to the point where you can't leave the house.
Everyone's anxious. User, thank you for 16 months. Appreciate you. Merry Christmas. Sebi, thank you for 3 months. My husband got me a keyboard for my iPad specifically for your live streams. Happy wife heart hands. Oh my God. I was taken into account during the Christmas shopping. I love it. You married a smart one there. See? I knew. Yeah, people were saying stuff about him, but I always knew that he was a good pick. Allison Tic Tac, thank you for your membership. She also has a rich husband. I mean, I don't know if her family's wealthy or what, but I mean, the whole like, I had nothing thing, that's kind of annoying. The only one that I kind of have a little bit of like leeway with that when it comes to like the self-made thing out of these people is Jeffrey. Because, I mean, Jeffrey, at one point, he was like living in his car, doing makeup at his local Sephora. I mean, he built himself up through MySpace and, you know, being a guy with long pink hair and tattoos and everything. I mean, the fact that he was able to make a name for himself and money and business and all that, despite all of like the raging homophobia that takes place in our society, he's like the only one that I'll give that pass to in terms of the whole self-made thing. Her, no.
I had the cards stacked against me from so many different areas, and I know that people have it worse than me, like even back then. But I just want to let you guys know, if you have a passion and you're
rich people pretending to struggle. Have you ever seen that clip of David Beckham's wife where she's like, I've been working my ass off. I have built this from the ground up. And then he like comes back in the room and he's like, oh, well, what about that $10 million investment that your parents gave you? Or I forget what it is exactly, but yeah, the self-made thing kind of annoys me at times. Like Kylie Jenner, self-made, like girl. That's the exact opposite of self-made. You were made off of Kim's ass.
Good. Like that passion, you know you're good, you know you got it. Like work on it, move forward, work hard, and you can do anything. And I've always wanted to be that visible thing right here that you can make it. But also I wanted to share with women, and this is for the ladies. Like I'm cool with men in makeup, love men in makeup, but this is for the women. I'm in my...
Oh yeah, he asked what kind of car her dad drove. Oh my God. I should just stop talking.
30s. I'm in a beauty industry, and I'm in front of the camera, not behind it, and that matters. And brands want to work with me, and I'm...
Girl, like this is starting to lose the plot. I am a woman in my late 30s, pioneering new expectations and standards of beauty. The fact that I am in front of a camera and not behind it speaks volumes, girl. Come on. Miss Peep, thank you. I know this is way off topic, but I have a fat Hall of Fame recommendation. Having a space dedicated to extra fast food sauces in your fridge. I've never put fast food sauces in a refrigerator. I've put them in a pantry. I think that those like fast food sauces kind of go bad though, because I have like ripped open like an old fast food buffalo sauce and it kind of looks nasty. So I try to not keep them around for very long. I don't think that that's fat. I think that that's smart.
Not 25. And that's progress, and that matters. So I'm here for so many reasons, and it is not just money. So you guys are first, I am you. I am here because of you, and that will always hold true. So I'm so sorry that this video had to be made. I'm gonna do what I can to get back to business as usual, and I'm gonna put my phone down as much as I can. I'm gonna put the noise down as much as I can and try to get back to normal as soon as possible with just regular content. And I ask you guys, please, as I continue to post regular content, trying makeup and escaping the world and like giving you guys an escape from the world, please help me to do the same. I don't need the comment section to be flooded with everything to do with this mess. I've said my piece. I'm moving forward. It is painful to lose someone that you care about that you thought would be in your life forever. But the chapter
Girl, he's 19.
is closed, and I felt you guys deserved the truth and for your questions to be answered, because I know there's been so much confusion, and that's where I'm going to end this video. Please know you mean the world to me, and I'm eternally grateful to you guys, and I'll find ways to give back more to you, because like without you, I don't have anything, and you matter. So thank you again and again, and I guess that's it. I will see you guys in...
All right, what should we do next? I suppose we do this, right?
Hi all, James here. I'm currently traveling abroad and just woke up, but I wanted to sit down and make a video addressing everything that's going on right now, because I owe everybody an explanation, but most importantly, I owe two important people an apology. To Tati and James Westbrook, I'm sorry for everything that is going on and everything that I've put you through over the past few weeks. I met Tati and James almost 3 years ago now, when I was first coming into the industry.
The soft voice. Yeah. I suppose, like, if ever I fuck up royally in the future and I have to come to the internet and apologize, I should probably try to perfect this. I've never done, like, a soft, gentle voice like this. I'm gonna have to work on it. You know, just in case. Allison Tic Tac, thank you so much for the super chat as well. Merry Christmas back to you, hun. Thank you so much. Orange Tic Tacs are my favorite. I haven't had a Tic Tac in a while, though. A cat named Wasabi, hello. Merry Christmas, Jordy and Girl World. It's been so much fun being a part of your community. Labubu Choosy Heart Hands. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, there is a new upload on my second channel, Oh Lordy More Jordy, and we do a Labubu Choosy Championship. It's a lot of fun. Give it a watch if you're interested. Thank you, Wasabi. Aaron, okay, thank you for your prime.
And when I had no friends and nobody to talk to or look up to, and Tati very quickly took on a parental role with me because she knew my parents were across the country. And over the past few years of knowing her family, her and her husband have given me so much love and advice and opportunities and a place to stay and a shoulder to cry on at 3 a.m. and support when nobody else would or wanted to. And I'm so disappointed in myself that I ruined a relationship that did mean so much to me, even if I didn't do the best job of showing it all the time. And throughout all of this, what sucks the most is that I know there's nothing I can say or do to ever earn that friendship or trust back. But I don't blame them for it. A lot of most of my career over the past few years has been about me making mistakes and trying to learn and grow from them. And I haven't always done the best job of that. I can admit that. But I have always tried. Because I know there's a lot of people watching me, and that a lot of people look up to me as a role model. And I hate knowing that I disappointed not only them, but most importantly, two people that have been role models to me.
Oh, God. Looking up to a 19-year-old as a role model.
Doing this. I wish that I could say this is the last time that I would make a mistake, but it won't be. I know that it'll disappoint people more and more as I continue to learn and grow every single day. I have a long way to go, very long way to go. But that's okay. I'm going to keep trying my best and keep learning and growing, and be the best version of me that I possibly can be.
Yeah, this is really boring.
I'm sorry for that. In regards to the Coachella situation with the brand deal and the security guard, I've already told my truth about this twice. And instead of talking about it for a third time and explaining it and going into detail and pulling up receipts, it doesn't matter.
No, pull up receipts.
I understand that no matter what I say or do, there are always going to be people that don't believe me and will think that I'm lying. And that's okay. At this point, the truth really does not matter. It's the feelings that do. And no matter what happened, I hurt two very, very important people.
I feel like he didn't really learn from this. Yeah, I don't think he did either. People like this don't change.
And they've been really, really loyal to me, and I betrayed that. And it sucks. And I wish more than anything that I could take it back. In regards to the boy situation, boys have been a topic that I've talked a lot about on.
Oh my god, remember when he came on and he was like, I finally figured it out. I finally figured out why I'm DMing 16-year-olds. I'm desperate.
My social media journey, and it's a topic that I wish I hadn't. I've been involved in a lot of very unique and strange situations.
You're 19.
That have left people confused or upset. And I've learned the hard way about ways that I can interact with boys that I'm interested in, and also ones that I should or shouldn't be talking to. This is a conversation that I know a lot of people are uncomfortable with, and it's something that I should have been far more careful with bringing into the public.
He looks like Millie Bobby Brown.
Eye, especially with the last situation that just happened. I've had to learn it the hard way, but coincidentally enough, Tati really was one of the people to sit me down and tell me how it looked from the outside, and let me know, hey, talking to these boys might get you in trouble one day. And she was right. In regards to my own mother, well,
Ew, cringe. He looks like Dua Lipa. Didn't Dua Lipa tweet like, I hate it when an ugly bitch calls you twin? And she was referring to him. Also fat, thank you. Merry Christmas back to you. Love seeing new side characters as much as revisiting the old. Me too, also fat. Thank you so much. That was really generous of you to send in. Merry Christmas, also fat. Love to fart. Thank you so much for 6 months. I hope your day was wonderful. Thank you so much for all the laughs and helping me get through this year. Tons of love. Thank you so much for 6 months. Love to fart. Absolutely. Glad that my streams can provide something for you.
I know you want to defend me and fight for me and go off on comments, but I ask that you don't. This is my problem that I got myself into, and this is my job to deal with this. No matter what anybody is saying or commenting or talking about, Mom, I need you to know.
Girl, just FaceTime her. I need you to know, Mom, that... ew.
That you were the most important person in my life. And that you were an amazing mother. And I don't know what I would do without you. And I'm so grateful for everything that you've done for me and the lessons that you have taught me. And
I know, like, this could have been an email. Honestly, he probably wanted this to be over 8 minutes so that he could run a second ad on it. That's probably why the runtime on this is 8:24. He needed to fluff it up.
Everything that you continue to do for me and my brother. And I need you to know that. I need you to know that.
Mom as in mom or mom as in Tati? Oh, I didn't even think of it that way. Stupid.
And the same thing goes for Tati as well, who is an amazing person and truly does want the best for everybody around her. And I'm so disappointed in myself that I hurt her. A lot of times when I've had to address things in the past, I've acted out of impulse, and I've gone off and tried to pull receipts or facts or screenshots and play the victim. And I'm not doing that today. I'm not.
Oh my god, the dead air. Okay, this one's crazy. The James Charles waiter explains his side. I feel like this video, I've seen this before, and he's just basically like, oh, like, I'm straight, but like, I don't know, I like entertained it for a minute, and then like, this video's dumb.
1 week ago, I uploaded a video to my YouTube channel titled
Oh yeah, this video, this one's crazy. You think James will strike me for this, for reacting to it on his channel?
Tati. This video was a direct response to the video that Tati Westbrook uploaded to her channel titled By Sister. Before I say anything at all in this video, I want to make it very, very clear that everything I said in that video in regards to my sentiments towards Tati and my apology, I stand behind 100% and still reign true.
Not the waiter making a video. Yeah, the waiter got involved. I can't remember if the waiter was underage. Probably. Honestly, probably.
I know I got emotional in the video, I apologize. It was something very, very hard for me to deal with, especially when it came to talking about my very own mother. In Tati's video, she discusses many of the different reasons as to why she was choosing to close a chapter in her life that I was heavily involved in.
Why is he talking so fast? He's like Busta Rhymes. He was so pissed he had to make this video. Kris Jenner came to play.
Making many of our private issues very, very, very public, and now millions and millions of people have weighed in with their opinions and speculations on subjects that they honestly know absolutely nothing about. I will not ask for sympathy, and I will definitely not ask for forgiveness either, but I will ask that you watch this entire thing all the way through before forming any further opinions or talking about this story more. Hello, future James here, popping in quickly. I know doing an insert in a video like this is not professional, trust me, but I filmed this several times now, and as time keeps going on, more and more things keep coming out into the public, and more people are speaking on the situation, and it is very important to me that this video has all the information, all the facts, all the receipts, and is current and present because I will not be addressing it again after this matter. This morning when I was editing this video, I noticed that last night, Tati had uploaded a video to her channel called Why I Did It, and this morning, Jeffree Star was on Snapchat talking about the whole situation. First and foremost, I do want to issue a thank you to both Jeffree and Tati for taking some of the responsibility for blowing this whole thing up and for starting everything. I really respect that a lot, and I also appreciate the fact that they are trying to redirect the hate away, because I think we're all aware at this point that it has gotten way too far. The past week on the internet has been the darkest I think we've all ever seen, and it's also been the darkest time that I've ever had to go through in my life, and my thoughts got to a really scary place. Watching Tati's video, it's clear to me that she also is in a really dark place as well, and has been pained by this whole situation.
She's in a dark place. That's so condescending. He's 19 and I'm afraid of him.
If I've known anything about Tati over the past 3 years, it's that she has a huge, huge heart. There's no denying that, and I think that, or I do believe her when she says that she did not want this to get so vile.
If there's anything that I know about this straight boy, he has a huge, huge heart.
Really think any of us thought it was going to be as big as it really was. In both of their
Oh my god.
videos, Jeffree and Tati both mentioned that they hope that I'm able to change and that we can all move on from this situation. And trust me, I agree. There's no
Is this on 3 times speed? I literally put this on like half speed, like 0.5.
nobody nobody that wants it over with as much as I do. But in Tati's second video and in Jaclyn's Snapchats, they both said that they stand behind everything that they mentioned. And unfortunately, there have been allegations made against me because of these things. And I don't really feel comfortable just moving on from those. I would like to take this video today as an opportunity to kind of explain everything that has happened and address literally everything. There's a lot that happened behind the scenes leading up to Tati's video, and there's a lot that happened behind the scenes and publicly after Tati's video, and I feel as though it is my responsibility to kind of let you guys in on those because there's a lot of misinformation going around and it's just not really good. Just like Tati said in her video, this whole situation is a lot bigger than just vitamins. And I think anybody who's kind of followed the situation is well aware of that at this point. Trust me, I am too. There are way bigger issues here that I will be discussing and talking openly and honestly about later on in this video. I have a few notes in front of me here and I want to make sure that I hit every single point and that I don't miss
Notes. He has notes.
anything.
He has a journal like fucking Amber Lynn. I have my journal here. I have receipts. Oh my god, Amber Lynn copied James Charles.
But that being said, to get to those issues, this did start with vitamins. It was kind of the catalyst, so I want to make sure we kind of go in order and you guys are able to get the full context and full story of everything that has happened. Starting off, my friends and I all attended Coachella weekend 1 from April 11th through 15th, and I had an artist pass provided to me by a brand. We had a really, really good weekend. I mean, you guys saw the Snapchats, Instagram pictures, and outfits, and my video. It was really, really fun, and we will definitely never forget it. But at Coachella, I had drama with a boy that I had been talking with for 5 months prior, and it all kind of clouded the overall memories. Later on that very same week, on April 19th, my best friends and I in the family group chat made the last minute decision that we wanted to.
Was that the Dylan Gomez thing? Yeah, Dylan Gomez was like straight. He's like, yeah, James is annoying.
Attend Coachella weekend 2 again to kind of relive those memories, but boy free. I texted my manager Jake that very same night asking if it'd be possible to get us in for the next day since it was already Friday, meaning we're missing the first day of the festival, so therefore we can only go on Saturday. Because it was so last second, we were only able to get VIP tickets, which is not the same as artist, but we had it over anyway and wanted to have a really, really good time. For those of you who may not be familiar with Coachella, I do want to quickly clarify the different passes just because it kind of is important to this whole situation. VIP, although VIP is still very, very open to the public. Artist passes, however, are passes that you cannot buy.
What does this have to do with Tati or straight boys? Talk about that.
The only way you can get a hold of them is through a brand getting them from the actual festival or through having a personal connection to one of the artists or bands that are playing. It's in a very, very highly secured area that is not open to the public. Along with artist passes, though, there's also something called a performer pass and backstage.
Tapone, thank you. Thanks for making time for us tonight. My 30-year-old husband, Jack, was super bummed he wasn't going to be able to see this one live tonight. I graduated 2017. My yearbook is an eyebrow victim. These brows are very like 2016, 2017. I don't know. Trends come and go. But you know what? I would prefer these types of brows on a person other than that current trend that like Lady Gaga and Miley are trying to do with the no brows. That's just terrible. Ugh. My God. Thank you so much, Tapone. Appreciate you. Merry Christmas to you and Jack.
Passes and a lot of other things that can keep you more protected. Keep in mind, weekend 1, I did have an artist pass. Weekend 2, I had VIP going into the situation. When we walked into weekend 2 with me and my friends on Saturday, April 20th and Sunday, April 21st, we noticed that there was a major difference in the crowd. We were in the VIP section and I started getting mobbed really, really quickly at a super unsafe capacity because as many of you guys know, whenever we stop to take a photo, kind of other people tend to come and it just turned into a big situation and it honestly was not safe. I had remembered from weekend 1 that my friend Nikita Dragon, who I was with a lot of the time, was brought by Sugar Bear Hair and had an artist pass, personal security, and backstage passes and was very, very
That's the only photo you could find of Nikita Dragon. My friend Nikita Dragon, as shown here, with her ass hanging out. I mean, really, you couldn't just use a selfie. Like, this is the photo you had to use.
a lot of the time, was brought by Sugar Bear Hair and had an artist pass, personal security, and backstage passes and was very, very taken care of and safe. When I felt unsafe in the situation, I panicked and I texted Nikita and asked her if she had a connection to the Sugar Bear Hair team that could potentially help me out. Nikita replied right away and she gave the Sugar Bear Hair team my personal phone number, to which they reached out to me and offered to come rescue me with a pass and backstage access and security to make sure that I was okay and was able to enjoy the festival along with my friends.
You went to Coachella, somehow had a security issue, and magically Sugar Bear Hair is there with a contract in hand to save the day for you and all of your friends. No company would ever go out of their way to have an extra, handful of passes that cost thousands of dollars a piece, like just in case. That leads me to believe that this was orchestrated beforehand, but he had an emotional conflict because of me and promises he made to me behind the scenes. So he had to come up with a very clever story and didn't tell me right when he got back, but after the little bit was posted on their launch day.
Despite what Tati said in her video, this whole situation was definitely not a big scheme that was orchestrated beforehand. It really did happen on the spot. The Sugar Bear Hair team texted me the proposal right away. No money was involved, and with no time to negotiate, in a panic, I signed, and
Well, why would you go to Coachella if you're an influencer and you're as famous as you're making yourself out to be? Why would you just go in as a normal patron? Why wouldn't you make arrangements ahead of time? Because, I mean, like, late 2010s Coachella, that was like, holy shit, that was like a big fucking deal.
that was that on that.
James Charles, he had
Why just show up?
9 days after Coachella to talk to me.
On Monday, April 22nd, which was one day after Coachella, I was due to post my stories based on my contract. And up until that moment, I honestly had not thought about the fact that Tati was a Sugar Bear Hair competitor. And in that moment, I thought that as a friend, she deserved a courtesy text to let her know the context of the sponsorship and everything that was going on.
To not even get a phone call, to not even get a text a few days prior, but right after that sponsored post went up, to have a text like, hey mom, love you, I'm stressed. Just so you know, XYZ, I just did this post, but it's no big.
Before posting my stories, I actually did text Tati first out of respect for her, giving her heads up about the sponsorship, but she was immediately upset. I tried my best to kind of explain the entire situation and also give her a direct apology as well, but at this point, I had signed the
Oh my god. If someone texted this to me, I would not read any of this. I would not read any of this. Oh my god. I would block you. If anyone ever sent me this text message, I would block you.
contract, and I absolutely had to post it. There was no getting out of it. I then headed to the airport and took off on a flight to San Francisco. And by the time that I had landed 1 hour later, Tati had uploaded all of her Instagram stories of her crying, talking about the friends of the community that haven't really supported her, how she was alone, and how she felt very, very hurt and betrayed. Very quickly, people put two and two together and realized that this was clearly about me, and I started getting thousands and thousands of tweets and comments and texts about the whole situation. Throughout the next several hours, I made countless attempts to text both Tati and her husband James, and
oh my god. And then after the gigantic text, no reply, more gigantic texts. Queeky, thank you. My dad passed before Christmas, and a year later, my mom passed. This year's hard for me. Thank you for always making me laugh. Oh god, I can imagine that makes the holidays all that much worse and difficult. Thinking of you, Queeky. Here's to a fun, happy, dramatic distraction. Thank you, Queeky. Straw baby, thank you. I had a bad Christmas, and now I'm spending it with you guys. Thanks for the company. Absolutely, straw baby. We'll always be here for you. Well, maybe not always, but today anyway.
many phone calls as well, trying to reach them, all of which they did not respond to. And later on that night, while sitting in my hotel in San Francisco, because I could not reach Tati, I issued a public apology directly on my Instagram because I really wanted to make sure she saw that I was sorry, and I wanted to end the situation by taking full responsibility for my actions. Over the next several days, I made countless attempts to contact both Tati and her husband James on all their different phone numbers. I texted and called.
You're annoying. Leave them alone. I made countless attempts to try to reach out to them and try to iron this out, but they wouldn't talk to me because you made a decision. You made a decision that pissed them off. I wouldn't want to talk to you either. Let me just explain my piss poor decision. Let me just explain my piss poor decision making to you. Please, please hear me out. Even though you've done so much for me already and then I spat in your face. Please hear me out. No. No, go fuck yourself. Brookshire, thanks. I feel like if we saw a picture of the crowd that mobbed him, we would see Marley in the background. I don't know if Marley's ever been to Coachella. What I will say about Marley is, she, like, over the years, she has, like, an unusual connection to, like, being able to find celebrities. She used to run a very popular Justin Bieber Twitter account, and, I don't know. She's just like met a lot of celebrities over the years, and I don't really know how she does it. I don't really know who she talks to or how she does that, but yeah. Because I've shown you guys that one photo of her like following around Justin Bieber in Central Park. I don't know. It's kind of strange things that she used to get up to.
Tati's business number, her family number, and also James's personal phone number as well. After a full entire week of trying to reach out and handle things in private with Tati and her husband James and getting no response, I figured at this time it'd be best to just respect their space, give them their privacy, and that whenever Tati was ready, she would reach back out to me to handle things in private and hopefully move on with our friendship. That is everything in regards to the Instagram stories. Now that we've talked about that, I want to discuss a few of the things in Tati's video that were misleading and false.
The reason that James always said that he couldn't promote Halo on his channel and really do like, you know, heavy endorsement was because he has a teenage audience and it would just be inappropriate.
Now, this time was just confusing to me, mostly because this conversation never actually happened. If you guys know my channel, you know that I don't really do dedicated product reviews ever, which is what Tati is known for. But even though that is the case, I have still multiple times talked about her products on all my social media networks. I have to word that, okay, I forgot to say too. Hello. I'm going to a really important event later on tonight. My best friend.
We are going to a very important event.
Yes, this is true. And this is a very important launch to me.
Oh my god. The little brother had the broccoli haircut before broccoli haircut was a thing. Y'all, truly. The LA people, they're ahead of the curve. They know all the trends before they become trendy. Look, you know how like every teenage boy has broccoli hair at the moment? Look, broccoli hair. And then these two don't speak at the moment, right? They're estranged.
Because it is my best friend Tati. She's launching something new on Halo Beauty. Super proud of her. By the time this video's out, it'll already be up, so go check it out. Promo for Tati, love you the most.
Who doesn't need a little beauty boost every now and then?
This is terrifying. This is the Volturi Council from Twilight.
Two of the following statements are real claims made by the original Halo Beauty Booster supplement.
Oh!
Which are the real ones?
Can I just say I love you guys for putting
James Charles looks like, or no, Jeffrey looks like the Night King.
a Halo question in there.
He looks like he's about to take over Westeros with his palette.
I love you for that.
I just received my package from Halo Beauty. This is Tati's brand new brand. I did not tell Tati that I was buying these, but I did pay for these myself because I just wanted to support her, and I'm so happy. I know she's getting a lot of backlash on this, which is making me so mad because I know she's worked so hard on these for the past several years now. Congratulations, Tati. I love you literally so much, and I'm very, very proud of you and all your hard work. I do want to keep this video strictly based on facts and receipts, but one of the most hurtful things Tati did in her video was bring up my mom and question her parenting. No tears this time. My mom is the strongest woman I have ever met. She is kind, she is creative, and she is caring. She is a cancer survivor, and she balances a marriage, a full-time...
Girl, what does the cancer have to do with this? What did Tati say about about the mom? Questioned her parenting, huh? What'd she say?
...job and raising two boys with absolutely crazy...
My mom is a cancer survivor. What does that have to...
lives. She's taught me so much in the past, and when I've made a mistake, she has never turned to public humiliation as a form of punishment. All that being said, I love my mom, and I think she's doing a damn good...
Well, why? I mean, it's different when it's your own kid. She's never publicly humiliated me. Well, I mean, typically family doesn't do that to each other. Tati's just some random woman.
job, if I do say so myself.
The last phone conversation that James Charles and I had, he said some things telling me about a situation that happened in Seattle at my birthday, and it literally made me want to vomit. Oh my God, you tried to trick a straight man into thinking he's gay yet again, and somehow you're the victim. You know, it's really disgusting to manipulate someone's sexuality, especially when they are still, you know, emerging into adulthood and don't quite have everything figured out. You are using your fame, your power, your money to play with people's emotions, and you're doing that to have them behave sexually in your favor, even if they're straight. And you know what? That's not okay. And how dare you laugh about it and make meme after meme and retweet and this and that.
Tati said that her boys needed her, which sounded like she was questioning her being present for them. Yeah, but I mean, at this point, well, I mean, I don't know about the brother, but I mean, at this point, she's an adult. I mean, he's an adult. So, I mean, the mom needs to swoop in. Yeah, but I mean, she was very happy to take on that mom role. And then, you know, when it went sideways, she was like, you know what? You need your mom for this. Chase Life Shield, thank you for 8 months. Merry Christmas, thanks for streaming over the holidays. You should see the disappointment in my family's face while I explain Girl World. Oh God, this is how you spend your time. This is what you're interested in. You know, some interests are better kept to ourselves. Jordy's Chaotic Labubu, thank you. Tomorrow is my son's birthday, and here I am, blowing up balloons, listening to the King of the Greys. Merry Chrysler, everyone. Merry Chrysler, back to ya. The day after Christmas is his birthday. Oh, my goodness. Double presents. Hey, hey. Thank you so much, Jordy's Chaotic Labubu. Happy birthday to your kiddo.
And I love straight boys, and make it a joke. Because this behavior is not normal, it's not okay. Cracking someone's sexuality is not an escape room.
First of all, I'm a 19-year-old virgin. I talk about boys quite a lot on my social media networks. Clearly at this point, it is not acceptable anymore. We're talking about that in a little bit, I promise you.
It doesn't matter if you're a virgin. What? What does that have to do with anything?
But just
You can still be a predator. You can still be a predatory side.
thought I'd bring it up, put it out into the universe. I don't really get a lot of action. We have probably guessed this at this point. So that being said, I have never and would never and will never use my fame, money, or power to manipulate or get any sexual actions.
Wait, that's hysterical. I would never use my fame, money, or power to manipulate anyone into trying to get something. This did not age well.
From a guy. That is disgusting. It is not me. And the fact that Tati brought this up blows my mind because she knows the real story. The story that we're talking about here is a situation that happened when I was in Seattle for Tati's surprise party with a boy named Sam. Now, I'm going to tell you the full story since everybody seems to be leaving out literally every single detail. In Tati's video, she mentioned that she was disgusted and had to apologize to her family for me apparently saying things that I wanted to do to a waiter and then justifying those actions by saying, I am a celebrity. Okay, this literally did not happen. What did
Oh my god. Meet Amber. This never happened. This never happened. Yahara, thank you. Merry Christmas 2025 was a bit rough, losing one of my rabbits, Big Mama. But watching and hanging out definitely helped out a lot. Love ya. Thinking of ya, Yahara. I'm sorry to hear about Big Mama. Merry Christmas, hon.
happen is that me, Jeffrey, Nate, and my best friend Drew all flew to Seattle to surprise Tati for her birthday on February 14th. That night, we went out to dinner with Tati and James and her whole family, and we're in a restaurant. There was a cute boy across the restaurant that I kept making eye contact with and that I was interested in. And the conversation of dating for me and Jeffrey both came up at the dinner table, and we were talking about it for a very, very short period of time. The conversation never got inappropriate. Period. The boy that was involved with the story is named Sam. Now, when I originally wanted to do this video addressing everything,
I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am.
I did plan on crossing his name and keeping him completely
I do not like James Charles or Jeffree Star. I am straight, I am.
private, but he has since come out and made a video of his own talking about the situation, just like Tati leaving out many, many details. But in his video and in the screenshots that I have, Sam mentioned that he was perfectly fine and found the flirting that I was doing flattering. So I'm not really sure why this got turned into something much bigger, but it simply was not.
And he was looking at me later on that night. He started.
Yeah, but oh my god, this is a literal child. This is a jump scare. Oh my god, the broccoli hair. The whole like, oh, but he found it endearing. He found it sweet. Yeah, I mean, in the moment when you're working as a waiter, there is like a people-pleasing aspect to that job that you kind of have to be cordial and you have to be nice. But I mean, like, you know, some restaurants like build their whole service model off of that. I mean, like, look at Hooters, for example. So to think that he was thinking that that was sweet and it wasn't actually making him uncomfortable, I just think that that's a naive assumption on your part.
Talking to the other employees about me,
Oh my god, what did he film this on? A Nintendo DS?
asking me if I had a Valentine. This was on Valentine's Day, where he especially thought that I was very attractive and he wanted to get my phone number and all that. But the wait staff at my restaurant didn't let that happen. He left and it kind of just went untalked about.
The I'm a celebrity thing is really incredibly frustrating to me because this is an inside joke between my friends and I that Tati has also participated in, and she twisted this to be something far worse than what it is. This is the joke that really is where we say I'm famous, not
Oh my god, him showing his text messages to Kylie. Oh my god, he was talking to Got Mick all those years ago. That's crazy. Who else was he talking to? Kitty whores. Him trying to make a case for himself about not being inappropriate sexually at dinner, but he's in a group message called Kitty Whores. Oh my god. I didn't even know that Got Mick was around. That's cool that he was talking to, well, not really cool, but it's just, you know, neat to see Got Mick's name pop up. Ethan and Grayson. More people that didn't like him.
and she twisted this to be something far worse than what it is. This is the joke that really is where we say I'm famous, not I'm a celebrity, and it's something that we don't say in public very often because without context, I get it, it looks and sounds really, really bad, trust me. Literally, famous is synonymous with anything good. So yeah, if my YouTube video does well one day, my friends will say, oh my God, James, you're so famous. But literally, if my friend takes a good Instagram photo, oh my God, you're so famous. If our boneless buffalo wings at Chili's are extra delicious one day, oh my God, these wings are so, so famous. It has nothing to do at all with fame, power, or money, which is what Tati alluded it to being, and it is so.
It was an inside joke. She's using an inside joke against me. Okay. EBDB, thank you for 16 months. What a great gift. Sub for 16 months. Now I have one request. Can I get a French onion soup, please? Coming right up, EBDB. Thank you for the prime.
Frustrating that she turned an innocent and funny inside joke that she has participated in into something so beyond disgusting. I'm going to try my best to make a long story very short. The next day, Sam slid into my DMs first and I happened to see it. We started talking back and forth and he mentioned that he was flattered by me flirting with him the night before.
Wait, who sent the first DM, though? Scroll up.
Sorry about last night, you're very attractive. And then I responded with, it's all good, very flattering actually.
A few minutes into the conversation, I asked him about his sexuality and he told me straight up that he was bisexual.
Oh my God, you tried to trick a straight man into thinking he's gay.
There was no straight men being manipulated anywhere in the story like Tati mentioned.
How old was he? Does anyone know how old Sam was at this time?
Later on in the conversation, he asked when I was leaving Seattle and I told him the next morning, to which he responded, I wish we had time to hang out. And I said, hey, why don't you come over to my hotel tonight? We can watch a movie together. He said,
oh my God. Let's watch a movie in my hotel room. Oh my God.
sounds good. Later on, he messaged me first and told me, hey, straight up, I've never done anything with a guy before. I'm a little bit nervous. To which I told him there was absolutely no pressure. This is all shown in the screenshots. Sam showed up at the hotel. We watched the movie together and we cuddled. After the movie, I asked him if he wanted to kiss, to which he said yes.
I get to the hotel room. We say hi. It's all fine. We end up watching a movie. And after that movie, he asked to kiss me. I said yes. We ended up making out for around an hour. And if I'm being honest, he's the worst kisser.
Making out for an hour? He's the worst kisser. Yes, drag James.
I've ever kissed. Way too much tongue.
All right, note taken. After making out with Sam for over an hour, I
way too much tongue.
I did invite him to sleep over at the hotel.
And he kept telling me to stay, like, please stay, don't leave me. All this and that, but I really wanted to go home, so I left.
Of course, I wanted to spend more time with him, but he said that he wanted to go home and be in his own bed and think about everything that was going on because it was quite a lot, and I definitely understood and did not blame him. He then left and sent me a message afterwards thanking me for being so understanding, and I told him that I would always be there for him if he needed literally anything. Point being, everything that happened in the hotel room was 100%
It's a short flight away. I would have loved to fall asleep in your arms. It's a short flight away.
Needed literally anything. Point being, everything that happened in the hotel room was 100% consensual, and this is
how do you make out for an hour? I'm sorry, like, I don't get it.
Confirmed.
I said yes.
By the only two parties that were actually there, being myself and Sam. After this night, Sam and I continued to
him DMing a random stranger, I'll always be there for you.
talk for the next several weeks. At first, it was really, really great, but I noticed that his feelings towards me and sexuality were kind of wavering quite a lot, and I came to the conclusion that he needed to figure himself out and that I needed to move on because I kept getting hurt. Last important note to keep in mind about the timeline of the whole situation. On May 2nd, Sam texted me from his friend's phone saying that he was fully gay and needed to talk to me about something important.
You're right, I'm gay. My God. This isn't my phone. You can unblock me off Instagram. Oh, well, he was probably just saying that to, like, try to get more tea. Why'd he block him? I'll always be there for you. Blocks him immediately.
Called him, and instead of talking about that, he asked me if I was talking to another guy at the same time that I was talking to him. I was a little bit confused as to why I was being asked this, but I did answer him honestly, and then I asked him what made him come to a conclusion with everything. To which he said, I'm actually not fully gay. After dealing with this a million times, I was frustrated and I hung up. Just to clarify, so there are no further questions, the point of including this screenshot is not to out Sam. Sam texted me saying he was fully gay, but it was a trap to get me on FaceTime so he could illegally record the conversation to include in the video that he was planning later on. Like I said, at the end of the conversation, I asked Sam how he came to this conclusion, and then he told me he was not fully gay, to which I hung up.
James Charles stays getting recorded, though. I mean, there's just so many screenshots of all of his text messages, his FaceTimes, his Snapchats, his Snapchat DMs, his Instagram DMs. I mean, people stay recording him. It's kind of hilarious. JJ, thank you. Big Xmas gift was for my wife was a Labubu inspired by you. What Labubu did you get? Congratulations. I bet Labubu's made a pretty big presentation under the tree for a lot of people this year. Cal Bones, hi there. My first Christmas alone, without family, friends, or my partner, and I'm so sick. Thanks for going live. Much love. Oh, gosh, I'm sorry to hear that, Cal Bones. That's shitty. Next Christmas will be better. But you know what? Who cares about Christmas and the decorations and the kids that were separated from their families? I mean, give me a break. Sienna, thank you for your membership.
Of frustration. Later on, he texted me saying he was confirmed bi. This is why, in Sam's video, he included a screenshot of me telling him I did not think he was fully straight. This comment had a lot of people really upset and confused as to why I was telling somebody their sexuality, but there's a very simple explanation. Sam and I talked for a very, very long time, and his sexuality, like I said, wavered a lot. Every time that he was a little bit confused, we had open and honest conversations about it, and he always asked me my input, and I gave it to him. I would never out somebody, and I have never, ever tried to manipulate somebody's sexuality, including his, point blank period. The whole situation that happened with Sam was very, very long and complicated and left both of us very hurt and confused. And through trying to deal with this, I reached out to many of my different friends for advice. There was one night in my kitchen where Tati, James, and Gabriel all came over, and I told them the same exact story and showed them the same exact screenshots that all of you guys just saw. After
I want to see him go off on Jeffrey. That was the best part of this video.
this, like to have a heart-to-heart conversation with me about the boys that I get involved with. They told me that talking to curious guys was going to continue to get me hurt, and that also it could look really, really bad from an outside perspective if somebody tried to manipulate the situation. And for me, this was a major, major wake-up call that I took to heart because I honestly had never.
No, you didn't. Look at his mouth. Oh my god. I took it to heart. Look at his mouth. This does not look like someone that took that advice to heart. This is such a long explanation. So many words implies you're hiding something. No, he's just being very thorough, K-Bear. Give him a chance. Continues to DM 16. I didn't know he was 16. Flora, thank you for a year of membership. My husband surprised me by ordering the new Skull Pandas. Love from Kuromi Buddy, my husband and I. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Oh yeah, I haven't been on TikTok today. Those dropped, huh? The new Skull Panda Kuromi thing is out. Did it sell out? You have me curious now. I kind of want to go look.
Thought about it in any other way because I knew that everything that I was doing was always consensual between both me and the boy, and I had receipts to back it up. But I wish I knew at the time that Tati's advice was really a warning because she did exactly what she told me someone else may, which was tell my story with no details, no facts, and no proof, and twist it around, and now serious allegations have surfaced that could permanently damage my career. Now, like I said, the talk that happened in my kitchen, I really did appreciate because it was the first time I kind of took a step back and was able to analyze what was going on. And this week has been a major eye-opener for me as well. I want to take a brief moment to talk about boys. Boys have obviously been a topic that has been discussed quite in detail on my YouTube channel and social media networks. This is no secret. I wish it hadn't been, but if I'm going to talk about it one last time, I definitely want to be open and honest with you guys, the ones who matter. I got into the closet as gay at age 12, which is honestly really, really young to kind of figure all of that out. I had two other boys in my school at the time who were gay.
This doesn't justify shitty predatory behavior. Yes, gay men are delayed in their experiences. You know, they might not have their first kiss until they're 18 or even sometime in their early 20s, though you are kind of learning what other straight kids are doing, you know, years prior, but this doesn't justify the whole, like, weird shit.
We were all close friends, so nothing was happening there, if you know what I mean. But all my other friends were having their first kiss underneath the playground slide or getting into their first relationship and talking all about it. And for me, I was on Pop Tropica and social media networks trying to make friends and trying to find out what else I was interested in. I never really got the opportunity to experiment with love and learn from that as a growing teenager, and I think that that's honestly left me kind of underdeveloped as a person in a lot of different ways. I've been forced to grow very, very quickly.
No, don't do this, girl. Excuses. I'm underdeveloped. That's why I'm a piece of shit. No.
Quickly because of the job that I work in social media, which I know I've said a million times beforehand, but love and relationships is something that I have barely any experience in, and I honestly think that that's why I'm a lot less mature than others may be in the situations that I get myself into. I definitely am emotional, and I let that get the best of me sometimes. I can be dramatic, I'm reactive, I'm forward, I'm flirty, and these are qualities that I'm not necessarily proud of at all, but I can confidently say that with each experience I'm learning more and more, and I've been able to better myself. But a lot of times these situations have become public, my own fault, but having millions of people watching you learn can be very, very tricky. When it comes to experiences that I've learned from in the past, a lot of times I've talked about being into straight guys. Now, this conversation is something that has upset and also confused quite a lot of people. So, in order to provide a little bit more context, I would like to play a clip from Tati's friend Jeffree Star's video titled "The Truth About My Relationship."
I was single for a long time, and the reason why is because I am really not attracted to anyone but what we call in this world as a straight male or a normal dude. And what I mean by that is
normal. Oh my god. Him unironically using the meme. I'm only into normal guys. Okay, so masculine. Got it.
Like, you know, I am really into straight guys, and I know that is going to not be surprising to a lot of you. So, you know, from just traveling everywhere and meeting dudes all the time and being around that world for so long, I really kind of fell into a trap of always being someone that was kept like the secret. And when you are someone like me who is, you know, I get asked all the time, even every day.
Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of where you need to pick up with personal responsibility and to not put yourself in that situation. You are kind of in a precarious position as a gay man, but then putting yourself in a position where you're dating someone that's DL or doesn't want to be involved with you publicly, or like, that's a choice that you're making. So, I mean, why make an already difficult situation even more hard?
My channel, you guys, I get comments, are you a guy? Are you a girl? Are you transgender? Are you trying to transition? What are you? Being someone that is like me, that is a guy that looks like a woman, right? I keep doing this because so many people are not into labels these days, and I love that. I'm all about that. You do you, call yourself whatever you want, whatever you believe in. I think that is the beauty and the freedom of, you know.
Wait, this didn't age well. I'm so into not labeling people, and I'm just so into feeling the way that you feel. Wait, this is like a complete 180.
Living is we can be whoever we want to be. I've always been into straight men, and the problem with that my entire life is I never found real love, because straight men behind closed doors, they love people like me, they love hooking up, they love having fun, they love the relationship as long as other people don't know.
I really like this clip from Jeffree's video because not only is everything in it very accurate, but I honestly feel like he did a great job of explaining a topic that is very confusing and complex and that not a lot of people understand, including me fully, to be honest.
I don't think that this is very difficult to understand. You're being kept a secret. Sure, behind those closed doors in that hotel room, they might make you feel like you're the most important person in the world, but as soon as you step outside that hotel room, it's a very different reality. This is a very complex concept to understand that I feel like a lot of people don't really get. No, this is very straightforward. Don't put yourself in that situation then, to be someone's secret and go after people that would never claim you publicly. This isn't hard to understand at all. I think that they're kind of leaning on the concept of how homophobia has shaped society, and they're kind of using that to position themselves as a victim and make up excuses. Yeah, it's shitty, but you know what? Life's not fair. Don't put yourself in piss poor positions like that then. Calbones, thank you for your membership. Lauren Wilson, thank you so much for requesting a cameo. I appreciate that. Yahara, thank you for your membership. Do you see what I see? Thank you for 5 months. Hey, girls, finally locked in after family dinner with family I don't want to be around. Cheers to you guys. You got through it, girl. You got through it. Only 365 days until the next family dinner.
Yes, as a gay man, I am attracted to men. And in the past, whenever I have found a guy cute on Instagram or on social media, I have slid in the DMs with a simple hello or a nice compliment. If anybody ever made it clear that they were not interested or were not gay and didn't want to talk, I always apologized for the unwanted attention, and the conversation was put to a halt immediately. I do take full responsibility for sending these messages, and this situation has definitely taught me that sending messages that are so forward and direct like this are unacceptable, and I no longer will do that moving forward. A few different guys that I've talked to in the past have since came forward with their stories or posted screenshots of conversations that I had with them saying that I made them feel uncomfortable, and reading some of them, I honestly felt really, really bad. I reached out to all the boys directly and apologized to them for my actions. But aside from those few guys, people are treating hashtag James Charles' over party as an open invitation to add to the narrative with lies, which is not only harmful to me, but it's also creating very, very dangerous stereotypes around the LGBTQ plus community. For example, Zara.
Don't do this. No. It's creating harmful stereotypes toward the LGBTQ community. Don't do that. You're a piece of shit, James. Don't hide behind the veil of LGBT to justify your own behavior. Well, if you're attacking me and you're calling me a piece of shit, then you're calling all LGBT people, like, ugh, nasty. It's people like this who make it look bad.
Larson, who's a pretty big singer, tweeted saying that I messaged her boyfriend multiple times knowing he was straight. And this tweet got almost 500,000 likes before it was deleted. In her defense, she did later on say that it was only one message, but it was way too late because the media had already ran with it, saying that I was harassing straight men and wouldn't leave him alone. Had I known that he was dating Zara Larsson, I clearly never would have messaged him in the first place, but this is all very hypocritical considering this is how Zara Larsson found her boyfriend. I'd like to pose a question to you, the audience, and ask, why is it okay for Zara Larsson, a woman with a public platform, to tweet these photos of a shirtless man and say, who are you, where do you live, how old are you, why are you so fine, how do you like your eggs cooked in the morning? But for me, as a gay man, to DM the same person in private with a simple compliment is predatory. These stereotypes around gay men have been and continue to be very, very hard.
Oh, he's straight. That's the difference. Why can I not? Well, he's straight. It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable the same way that a straight man approaching a lesbian woman and says things like, oh, well, you just haven't met the right man yet. Typically, when you flirt with someone who does not share your same sexual attraction or they're not mutually interested in you, sure, it might be flattering, but to a degree, it's more so just, I'd rather you not do it. He looks like pink.
Harmful to the community and have been historically used to villainize gay men in society. Someone completely fabricated a whole entire story about me touching another boy in a high school urinal, and it blew up. This person that came forward a few days later.
Oh, this is like Amber Lynn. I hate this. Someone wrote up a fake story about me. Look what people out there are doing. They're telling all these lies about me. Can you believe this? This was easily debunked. That means that everything else is also fake. I'm innocent. I didn't do anything wrong. Let me cite an example here of someone lying about me to make it look like everything is a lie. I hate this. This is Amber.
Saying that it was a social experiment. But it was too late. People also completely photoshopped Twitter DMs of me reaching out to these people, threatening legal action if they were to tweet more things, when in reality I have literally not even been on social media, and I deleted the Twitter app from my phone. So all these things are just so false and are so fake, and it's truly disgusting. Also, pretty much every boy that I've ever even communicated with at this point is posting screenshots of our conversation to make a spectacle of me. I've dealt with so many fake stories in the past, from Coachella, the fake sex tape, and now this, and I'm done. I'm done being the subject of these bandwagon stories for likes. It's not.
Well, why are there so many people out there that have ammunition against you? I mean, why are you DMing multiple straight guys, trying to like change them or influence them or manipulate them? I mean, the fact that all this is out there, everybody's making a spectacle of me. Well, why did you give them that ammunition? Why did you put yourself in that position? Taylor, thank you. I bought my son his first Labubu and the Monster pin. I bought the Ted 2 Bear and got their cowboy one. I hope you had a great Christmas, and I'll see you at the cottage tomorrow. If you know, you know. That is really cool. Thank you so much for that, Taylor. I hope that they enjoy all of their plush. plush stuffed animals that you got them.
Okay, now that we've addressed and cleared the air on the boys, let's get back to our timeline because somehow there's still a whole lot more to this story and more claims as well. In Tati's video, she said that she felt she needed to bring all of this to the public eye because people needed to know what's going on behind the scenes, and I truly cannot believe that I'm about to bring up what I'm going to bring up, but I feel the same exact way. On Monday, May 6th, Jeffree posted this tweet to his Twitter, which I instantly started getting tagged in. After this tweet and a few other ones from him and his friends, I decided to reach out to him and ask if there was something going on that I should be aware of. He replied to me and he said that it was not about me and that it was about another brand stealing his ideas. This message was in a voice memo, which has since disappeared from the screenshot. You'll just have to believe me. I have literally no reason to lie at this point. Even though he said it wasn't about me, I still asked to talk to him, but he said he was unavailable. A few hours later, while I was getting ready for the Met Gala, I got this text from Jeffree. Concerned, but mostly really confused, I reached out to him about meeting together in private in hopes to speak together and figure out the misunderstanding, but he didn't reply. 3 days later, still no response. I decided to reach out again, but he was not available to talk. I flew to Australia on May 8th, and on May 10th, hours before my scheduled meet and greet appearance where 5,000 fans were already waiting outside, I was woken up at 4 in the morning by my friend because Tati had just uploaded her video titled Bye Sister. Watching Tati's video, it was very clear to me that my friend was still very hurt, and even though I had already apologized both privately and publicly, I wanted to make a video right then and there with my raw and honest emotions. But because of the time difference, it took me an extra few hours to film the video and get it up, and by the time I was about to hit publish, I received yet another text from Jeffree Star. I've already cleared up Sam and our night together being 100% consensual. He was absolutely not trapped in a hotel room, but Jeffree also brings up
Damn. Psychologically forced him to stay and made him feel horrible for the pennies you spent on the room. I mean, I believe this part, psychologically forced him. No, you're just confused. No, like, you'll understand that you love me the more that we lay here and make out. Making out for an hour? Oh my god.
Zach. Zach is his boyfriend Nate's brother, and not only did I not pursue Zach, who identifies as mainly straight, but it was actually Jeffree
Oh, there we go again. Mainly straight.
who suggested that I talk to him in the first place.
Hey, Nate's brother is single and mainly straight, right up your alley.
Sounds good.
And he...
Sounds great for me.
And he just moved here, work.
Zach and I talked on Snapchat for maybe a total of...
Right up your alley. I mean, at that point, Jeffree was old enough to know better.
10 selfies back and forth to each other. He was super sweet, but it was very clear to me that he was...
Not that he wasn't as well, but I mean, Jeffree really... Like, why encourage that kind of behavior?
Was not actually interested, and the conversation stopped before anything could even get remotely flirty at all. With everything going on, I did not reply to Jeffree's text in the moment. A few days later, on Monday, I woke up again in the middle of the night from a phone call from my little brother Ian, who was very upset. He told me he had tweeted saying, why do people act so tough online about somebody from his hometown who was bullying him? And Jeffree Star, of all people, had quote tweeted Ian's tweet saying, why is your brother a predator? Why'd you really move back to New York City? Exactly, shut the fuck up.
So at this point, how old is Jeffree's brother? I mean, James's brother? Like 16?
Why is your brother
I mean, this is just so cringe. Jeffree quote tweeting like a 15-year-old. Why did you really move back to New York City? What does he know about a 15-year-old's move to a... I mean, he might not have been 15, but I think he was underage. This is insane. Jeffree's like 50. At this point, what was this, 2019, 6 years ago? He was 33. And he's still like this.
predator? Why'd you really move back to New York City? Exactly, shut the fuck up. Many people were quick to call out Jeffree for bullying a kid who had nothing to do with the situation literally at all, and he deleted the tweet. After this, I went to check my phone and noticed that Jeffree had texted me a few minutes prior, and I opened my phone to this. I really want to read this text out loud, just so you all get to hear exactly what I had to read, but also so I don't miss anything.
She who shits herself, thank you. With a Laura Lee apology for shits and gigs. Laura Lee. I don't know, will this be a 2-day? Will this be a 2-part series? B is for Big Chungus, thank you. Don't forget to like the stream. Merry Christmas to you as well. Sarah Ford, thank you for a year of membership. I appreciate the super chat as well. Merry Christmas from Phoenix. You are the mystic of girl world, and I'm here for it. Thank you so much. I don't... MST3K. Mistake? Wait, what? Thank you, Sarah Ford. I wish I was in Phoenix today. Although it's actually kind of warm here. Yeah, like mid-30s. Warm.
Grayson is going on camera shortly to finally tell the world how you tried to molest him and touch him in his sleep and made him uncomfortable for months, you sick motherfucker. Next, Zach will be going on camera to tell how twisted and sick you were, trying to get him to like you and then make him feel bad when he didn't want to send you photos back. Then Sam from Seattle will be joining me and Cameron to talk about you trapping him in his hotel room. You need to be locked in prison for a very long time. You need the internet taken away from you. You are a danger to society. As disgusting as it is,
Wait, what was not factual about any of that, though?
I have to admit, bringing up Grace and Dolan was pretty clever. At the height of all these allegations and stories going around, both of the twins unfollowed me, not wanting to be associated, and fans started speculating that the rumors could be as to why. Too bad that aside from our pre-planned collaborative jokes that happened to the Sister Squad videos, me and Grayson flirting, nothing ever happened between us, and when all
No. I never flirted with them. We like did that on purpose for like, no, it was like part of the script.
this went down, I knew Jeffrey was lying because the twins were two of the first people to call me and make sure that I was okay. I already mentioned Zach, and I still have no idea who the Cameron Jeffrey's referring to in this message is, but he also brought up Sam last, who we also already talked about. Later on that day, though, Jeffrey was right. Sam did upload a video to his YouTube channel telling the whole story. He left out almost all the details and included an illegally recorded FaceTime call, which was on May 2nd, told you to remember that. But even through all of this, he still managed to get the point across that our interactions were 100% consensual. Next was Jeffrey's tweet to my little brother Ian. Now, I did say that this video was going to be solely based on facts, and I of course can't prove what Jeffrey was trying to imply here, and I don't want to put words into it.
Mrs. Voorheers, thank you for 5 months. Merry Christmas to you as well. Gonna watch on replay, but just wanted to hop on real quick. Thank you so much. I appreciate 5 months. Prison Becky, thank you for 21 months. Thank you so much, Prison Becky. I want to watch more Fatageddon. Fatageddon? What's Fatageddon? Huh? Fatageddon. So, like, basically Amber content? What do you mean? Lily, hello. Shamelessly mentioning EBDB was one of the first shorties I'd noticed on X. I guess I do keep tabs. Hey, look at you, Lily. You're, like, very well connected, I've noticed, Lily. Like, you're like, you know everybody.
Ismail. But since it's now open for speculation, might as well clear the air. Ian actually went home for a few different reasons, but it's temporary. He had to get his wisdom teeth taken out, and he's also working on different modeling
Oh my god, wisdom teeth.
opportunities in New York City, and I am so incredibly proud of him. But he was also having a really, really hard time in LA. Dealing with a public breakup and negativity online sent him into diagnosed clinical depression, which he is now being treated for, and he wanted to be with my parents. Nothing more.
How old was he? Why isn't he in school? He's going through a public breakup. He has everything going on. He was freaking mobbed at Coachella. Like, why aren't these kids in school? Like, how old was he at this point? Like, he was like a junior in high school. he was having a really hard time in LA. He just wanted to move back to New York City. Like,
last but finally not least, Jeffrey posted this tweet claiming he hadn't seen me since February and that Nate banned me from their home. Now, this so-called ban is the first time I'm ever hearing of this, and I just think it's really funny that Jeffrey brought this up, considering the fact that he's tweeted me twice in between February and now saying that he missed me. Regardless, he ended that tweet by saying I was a danger to society and everything in Tati's video was 100% true. Adding insult to injury, not only did Jeffrey text me, but he also went out of his way to text my best friend, Drew, this lovely message trying to turn him against me. Jeffrey's messaging about me both in private and in public was hurtful, defamatory, extremely excessive, but most importantly, literally all based on lies. I wish I knew why he was doing all this, but at the same time,
the parents failed big time. If the parents were smart, they would have gotten someone to manage him at such a young age. I'm like when I think about like creating my YouTube and everything, I mean, not that like my experience is anywhere like in the realm of being able to be compared to like shit like this, but I'm glad that I started my channel when I was 25, because I don't know, had I done it when I was a teenager or had I done it in my early 20s, I don't know if I could have handled it. I don't think that like anyone under the age of 25 should be famous. Brookshire, hello. I feel like if we... Oh, sorry, I read this earlier. NJ, thank you. Had a very unconventional yet cozy Christmas. This is bringing me back. I was in middle school when all this went down. Oh my god, how old are you? Middle school? You're like what now? Like a sophomore in college then? You're making me feel old, NJ. Merry Christmas to you and Kayun. Yahara, thank you. Here's an excuse for a second super chat. My name is pronounced Yahira. Yahira. What was I saying? Yahara? Oh, I'm sorry. Yahira. I'll remember that forevermore. Hopefully. Thank you, Yahira. Turn the page. Thank you. James Charles keeps saying, boys this, boys that. He ain't slick. Cosmo and Wanda ain't slick.
His track record with public feuds makes none of this a surprise. Tati made a video telling stories about me and publicly humiliating me, and now I have serious allegations against me that could be detrimental to my career. Hello, Future James here popping in again. I've been completely honest with my whole timeline thus far, and I obviously want to keep doing so I feel like it is only fair to mention that only within the past few days, pretty much everyone involved with this situation has started to reach out to me in some way, shape, or form. Sam Cook, the boy from Seattle, has called me 9 times and sent me a few different text messages about the situation, trying to make things right. Tati and her husband James have tried to reach out in order to schedule a meeting, but only through a mutual YouTube rep that we share. And I've also heard from that same person that Jeffrey was open to a meeting as well. This whole thing has just been really difficult for me because throughout the past 3 weeks, literally all I've wanted and all I've asked for was for communication from these people, and I tried really, really hard to get that, and I didn't. So I declined the meetings because I felt like this was started publicly and it was addressed publicly, and I felt like it was only fair for me to address this publicly as well before meeting behind the scenes and talking further. That sucks to say because I still have love for these people, and I hope that one day we all can sit down together in a meeting for closure and also to discuss how in the future, if problems do come up, we can talk in private with only us involved. But right now I just need time and space.
Jeffrey attacking the 15-year-old was crazy.
To kind of get my head back to where it needs to be and get my mental health back together before I kind of rekindle those friendships. Because everything that happened still really, really hurt. And I like wouldn't wish what I went through upon even my worst enemy, no matter how angry I was. I've always tried to use my platform to spread positivity, but I feel like at this point it's my responsibility to be—
Oh my god, him DMing like 14-year-olds. I've always tried to use it as positive.
Be honest with you guys and tell you that the last few weeks of my life has literally been the most painful time that I've ever had to deal with, and my head and brain for a hot minute went to a place so dark that I didn't think that I was going to come back from. And I can't believe I just admitted that on camera. People always say that being a social media influencer is an easy job. And this is something that I've talked about time and time and time again on YouTube. We get it. But I don't think any human being ever is prepared mentally or physically to deal with the pain and anxiety of what it feels like to have millions and millions of people attacking you at one time. Having to read the hundreds of thousands of tweets and the YouTube videos and the articles about me and my character and my family based on things that were almost all lies, like, it messed me up. It messed me up, is the best way that I can put it. And
I know. This is amber coded. I don't think that anyone is truly ever prepared for the amount of criticism that they get from the internet.
Through all of this,
Itchy, hello. Thank you for the Skull Panda reminder. I got them. Oh! Are they out still? Did they sell out? I would have thought they would have sold out by now. Thank you, Itchy. Hippie, hey Hippie. Mary Chrysler. Notice how he keeps saying boys and not men. He's so icky. Boys. Mad Mads, thank you so much for the very generous donation here. I just got $400 from my grandparents. Here's your cut. Oh, good old grandparents. Hey, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Mad Mads. Mad Mads also just sent in 10 gifted memberships. Thank you so much for doing that, Mad Mads. Holy shit. Really appreciative of what you just did for my channel. Thank you, thank you. Guys, let's get black cat emojis in the chat for Mad Mads' generosity. Thank you so much, Mad Mads. Tell your grandparents thank you too.
I've learned that if I can get through this, I can get through anything. Joining in on bandwagon hate and cancel culture is incredibly, incredibly toxic, and it's very concerning to me that as a society, we're becoming okay with guilty until proven innocent instead of the other way around.
I'm very disappointed in modern day society. I should be allowed to DM a 16 or 17-year-old without you all jumping my shit.
I truly hope that everyone who participated in this, whether it be fans, influencers, drama channels, or credible news sources, take the time to think about your words and the impact that they may have on others, because I assure you, and I promise you, it's a lot stronger than what you may think. Right now, I have a lot of positive changes that I want to work on in my life. First and foremost, I really want to focus more on spending time in person with the people that I love and care about the absolute most, and I also have a lot of work to do in terms of getting my mental health back to where it needs to be. What's now, you guys ask? My parents and little brother just got to LA this morning, and we all got to hug and be together as a family for the first time in a while, and all my closest friends that are not on my payroll, may I add, are all here too. We're celebrating my birthday next week. I'm turning 20. Gross. Many of you guys noticed that the Sisters Apparel website was down. I was so excited about a lot of the things that we had coming very, very soon, and just the line in general. I am so grateful for all of your guys' love and support on it. It was really, really fun to work on. I also love the team that I worked on it with, but unfortunately I had to sever ties with Killer Merch. I just don't see a world that exists where I could ever be in business with a team.
He's lecturing us during an apology. Yes. I think that by the end of the video, once he had said his piece, I think that he thought to himself, like, okay, now I have the upper hand. Now I can chastise the internet.
Ran by someone like Jeffree Star. If you placed an order on the website before it went down, everything will still be fulfilled. Don't worry, you'll get your items. And if you had a gift card beforehand, make sure you hold on to it, because the balance will be valid whenever we reopen, because we are coming back, I promise. In regards to the Sisters Tour, which I've gotten quite a lot of questions about, despite the ticket scandal, we are almost completely sold out nationwide, and that is mind-blowing to me.
Wasn't the meet and greet for him like $1,000? $1,000 for meet and greet at the Sisters Tour. What would he even do on tour? Like, get on stage and do his makeup?
And I'm so grateful. I know there's been a lot of emails and speculation. As of right now, I unfortunately do not have a full answer on what is happening with the tour, but I will have an update for you guys by the end of this week, I promise. Going on tour has been a dream of mine for so long now, and I really want this to happen. I just feel like meeting you guys, and hugging you, and just getting to thank you face to face.
I just feel like getting $1,000 to meet some of you face to face is just really what I need right now.
For what you've done for me?
Yeah, a tour of what? A tour of what?
Is exactly what I need in my heart right now, but at the same time, tour's a lot. And it's a big, big commitment, and I want to make sure that I know what I'm getting into, and that when I walk on stage every night, it's with a genuine smile, and you guys can feel that, and you're able to smile as well. So I'll keep you posted. As for my YouTube channel, I decided that I'm going to be taking some much needed time away from content production. On my last few videos, I've definitely noticed quite a lot of comments talking about my ego or my attitude getting the best of me and getting to my head, and I appreciate the constructive criticism and feedback, and after a lot of reflection, I think you're right. I've lost.
He tried to be a musician. Maybe that is like the pipeline, because Jeffree originally started out as a musician. He wanted to be Lady Gaga. Like when Lady Gaga first started to get big in 2008, Jeffree wanted that. And he thought for a period of time like he was going to be Lady Gaga. I mean, clearly that didn't happen, but yeah. The whole musician thing. Can I meet you for $1,000, Jordy? If you see me in public, you're free to approach me with no charge. As long as you, like, don't do anything annoying to me.
Focus, and that sucks so much, but I want to get back to it so badly, and I want to get back to my original goal when I have no motivation other than just creating original content, and that'll happen for sure, and I already have some great ideas in the works, but it's just going to take a little bit of time. As for my other social medias, I pledged to myself that I'm going to try to power down as much as I can. I'm sure I'll be checking here and there, of course, but I do really want to focus more on in-person time and the people around me that are loving and caring, and that includes all of you guys. Whenever I do come back, I don't know when it is, but I just cannot wait.
Jeffree and this guy should date each other. They're both equally as toxic. Two bottoms don't make a top.
Show you guys a better version of me. I want to end this video today with two things, an apology and a thank you. To my sisters, I'm sorry if I disappointed you, and I'm really sorry that you had to watch all this go down. You saw a side of me that I'm really not proud of and that I know I need to work on changing, and trust me, I will be. I recognize the fact that I haven't always been the best role model, and that sucks. I've tried, but I will try
Role model.
way harder. But also to my sisters, thank you. Thank you for the messages and the tweets and the emails and the comments that I've received over the past week, making sure that I was okay.
How do some of you not know that Jeffrey was a big music person? I mean, he was a huge music. I mean, that's how he started. I mean, at MySpace and what is all that? Eye curlers, butcher knives, plastic surgery isn't that bad. Prisoner. My God, guys, he had so many hits. Jeffrey ended Akon. Akon was about to sign Jeffrey to his label, but then he pulled out or something. I just don't think that the world in 2007-8 was ready for someone like Jeffrey. Like, making someone like that famous. I mean, I don't even know if, like, the world's ready for it today. I mean, I see the way that, like, some artists get treated, and it's like, oh, God. We're still doing that, huh? We're still doing that, huh? But I'm glad that Jeffrey never made it as a music person. Akon pulled out. Yeah, you're so stupid. Oh my God, you are so stupid. So dumb. Lollipop luxury. Lollipop, lollipop, ooh, lolly, 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 lollipop. That song? Jeffrey sings that? I didn't know that. Huh. Tired, Jordy. It's been a long day. I'm kind of a little bit tired. I don't know. I'm okay. But I think that is going to be it for tonight. Will we continue and will we watch Jeffrey's response and stuff? Maybe. I don't know. Let's see how I feel tomorrow. Maybe we'll just move on to something else. I don't know. Because, like, when I think of, like, the bi sister shit, I think of Tati's video and I think of James's video. Like, Jeffrey, his response isn't like that. I think that, like, at this point, people were expecting Jeffrey to be, like equally as unhinged and pop off and show receipts and stuff. But his response wasn't like that. It was kind of underwhelming. We need more Tofia Chu. More Tofia Chu. More Nova. God. All right, everybody. That is going to be it for tonight. Thank you so much. Please like the stream if you haven't yet. Really appreciate everything that was sent in this evening. It was fun to do Dramageddon, the great Dramageddon of 2019.